Baby, here we go. Here we go. We are on. Hey guys, how you going today on BKR Sport? We are here for the next game of the Rugby Championship, baby. And gee whiz, am I excited for this one. Obviously, it is the Wallabies going up against South Africa. And we do have another stream later on tonight, which is the Panthers and Eels in a knockout game. But in this one, the Rugby Union, this is basically a knockout game in a sense of the Rugby Championship. And especially after Australia were able last week to get an absolutely shocking result. Just a crazy, crazy result. We spoke about it all on the Rugby Down Under podcast, and man, I'm so happy and I'm so proud that they were able to do it. But this is going to be another test here. This is going to be another test. We have set up about half an hour early here before the game does get underway. So hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new around here, and let us know in the chat what you're thinking about today's game. You know, give us a question, and let's get chatting. But let's talk about this one. So basically, Australia versus South Africa last week when they played a very close game. Obviously, Australia won it on the siren with a Quade Cooper kick. Quade Cooper last week had 8 from 8. They won 28-26 there. And just an absolute barnstorm of a game. One of the best games I've seen in rugby for a very long time. Just so grindy. So there was some fast pace. There was grindiness. It had everything in rugby. It had everything. Game-winning moments and comebacks. And it was just fantastic to watch. So I'm hoping we get another game like that today. Now, this game is obviously at Suncorp Stadium, so this is a place that Australia has not lost a single game against anybody since 2016. Alongside that, they have not lost to, I don't believe they've ever lost to South Africa here, but the thing is there was something I was going to say. They haven't lost to Suncorp Stadium since 2016, and I'm pretty certain the last time they did lose to South Africa in Australia was legitimately like 10 years ago. So, yeah, look, it's definitely in favour here of the Wallabies in regards to the history, but, you know, we all know South Africa's going to bounce back here. They're going to try and give it a good old whacking and get back, because there is a potential. If they lose this game and then New Zealand win tonight against Argentina, which you would assume, I believe South Africa might actually drop below New Zealand into second on the World Rugby rankings, and New Zealand would go into first. So there is a lot to play for here today, guys. A lot to play for here today. The Wallabies have a chance, by the end of this Rugby Championship, could actually have the chance of jumping above Ireland and potentially jumping above England. It is crazy scenes. We were 7th literally last week. Now there's potential over the next 3-4 week span that if we were to win these games, we potentially could go above England. Especially, that'd be crazy considering we lost 3 games in a row to the New Zealand All Blacks, obviously. But they do play against Argentina later on tonight. But look, I am taking the Wallabies to win here today, and I'm going to take them by 23, like 23 points again. Not to win by 23 points, but every time the Wallabies play South Africa, they always hit about 23 to 26 points. Last week they hit 28, which is a lot of points for a game for the Wallabies against South Africa. 23 points is where they usually win by. The last, I think, was 6 in a row. The last 6 in a row before last week's game, Wallabies scored 23 on the dot, except for one, which was 24. So it is a scoreline that you do look for. But I'm going to take 23 to 20. I'm going to take 23-20 to the Wallabies. But let me know your thoughts in the chat, guys. And let's get underway here. Kate Wall says, good evening, everybody. Let's hope it's as good as last week's game. Well, yeah, good luck to South Africa. Obviously, it's going to be an interesting game here, whether Quade Cooper can repeat his form from last week. We will go through the team list in just a few moments, guys, but it's going to be interesting to see if Quade Cooper can find his form. Obviously, James O'Connor, I believe, is actually able to be selected here today, but hasn't been selected. I would consider chucking him as the 15, potentially. Banks, I don't think Banks has been terrible like everyone's been talking about, but, you know, it would be a bit of a shout to throw O'Connor into the 15, potentially, whilst Quade Cooper's playing like this. But then again, guys, we've got to relax. It was one game. You know what I'm saying? I did say this on the Rugby Down Under podcast. It was one game. But if you are just tuning in, guys, due to broadcasting restrictions, I will not be able to show you the game live, but the best I can do is obviously commentate the game, talk to you guys in the chat, have a good old time, and, best of luck to both teams. Football States, g'day, Blaze. How's it going? Mate, going all right. Going to be a big night tonight. We've got the Wallaby South Africa game. Then we do have we do have Argentina, New Zealand, but I'll be streaming the Parramatta Eel versus Penrith Panthers knockout game. Ooh, going to be dangerous. Then later on, we also have Manchester E versus Southampton. Creamer says, I'm going to say 27-24 Australia. That's pretty much what I said, but a little bit more points scored there. 27-24, I got on 23-20. 27-24 is pretty much the same score as last week, to be completely fair. It was 28-26, if I'm not mistaken. Chris Howe, New Zealand, says, go the Wallabies. Springboks been playing boring as shit rugby lately. Hope for a good game anyway. Don't say that to South Africans. They don't like to listen to us when we say this. Because the thing is, a very big focal point is that they're playing very Northern Hemisphere rugby. If they come into this game playing Northern Hemisphere rugby, they are going to lose this game. If they come into this game playing Southern Hemisphere rugby, which is what they won the World Cup with in 2019, they will win this game. It's just simply how it is. Unfortunately, South Africans don't like to listen to that, but as a Wallabies fan, I'm a lot more scared of South Africa playing like they're form when they play Southern Hemisphere style rugby, which is what they did in 2009 or 2007. Sorry, what they did in the 90s. Oh, 90s is a bit different. No, 90s is still the same, and then obviously 2019, absolutely. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough game here today. It's going to be a very tough game here today. Jack says, are Quaid and James the same position? Yeah, they both play the number 10, mate. Sportsmaster says, I hope Eels win. Eddie Onslow says Banks is bad. I disagree. I don't think he was as bad as everyone was making out last week. I don't think he's the most fantastic player ever, but I do think that I do think that's a bit over the top to be saying that he's bad, mate. I really do think he's a decent player, and I think he was pretty safe under the high ball. Besides, I think an early drop early last week. But besides that, he's pretty good, mate. He's pretty good, but. Let's go and hit that thumbs up button, guys. Let's get up to 25 likes before we do get started here for the game. Let's get up to 25 likes. I know we can do it. Schmack it, schmackity, schmackity, schmack, schmack. Let's do it. Rugby plays games. I think Australia will win with a try at the last 10 minutes. Would love to see it. But I don't necessarily believe there's going to be a whole heap of tries in this game. South Africa don't give up tries. South Africa are very good defensively. They're a team that obviously last week I think we only scored one try. I think we only scored the one try, and Quade Cooper hit. Yeah, he hit 3 times 8, 16, 24. No, did we? Yeah, we got one try. Did we? We got one. Did we get one try? 28. 8 times 3, because he got, there's a couple, yeah. How many tries did we get last week? Because he converted a lot. Was it 1 or 2 tries? Was it 1 or 2 tries? I can't remember. Connor Maynard says, hi, Baker. Hello, mate. Nice to know. It says, Alessio could play centre. No, thank you. Cameron Gryphon says, brother, I probably not watch more a league fan, but I love your passion, so I give you a thumbs up and say, g'day, good on you, man. We'll see you later on tonight, because it's going to be a good one tonight. Ooh, the Penny Panthers versus the Eels. Jogan Sports says, last week got me stressed. Hopefully it's a bit calmer today. No, I want it to be just as stressful. I want it to be just as grinding. I want it to be just as experience worthy, because we, as Australians, want experience. We have a whole young core here that we are building towards for the 2023 World Cup that people are underestimating. Yeah, they lost to New Zealand, blah, 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 blah. I don't give a shit. It is what it is. We always lose to New Zealand, right? We just can't beat their style of rugby because they're a similar style of rugby to ours, but just more structurally competent. We are not structurally competent. We are very attacking. We've got a decent defence, but we can't really connect the two, attack and defence. New Zealand can connect both and are very structurally solid going forward. So that's why they always beat us. It's just something that we just can't seem to do, right? But we can beat South Africa. We can beat Argentina. Don't talk to me about last year. We can beat all these other teams. It's just them that for some reason. And look, I still think South Africa is the best team in the world. But if they're going to come in and play like a Northern Hemisphere team against a Southern Hemisphere team, they're going to lose because that's what happens. Jack Lewis says, what happened to my membership? I don't know, mate. You obviously haven't renewed. Katie Wall says, let's hope the South African kicker can't kick straight again. Who was it again? Andre Pollard. But it wasn't just him who missed the kick. But let's go through the team lineups here, guys, before the game does get underway in T-minus 20 minutes time. Ooh, here we go, guys. Here we go. But alrighty, so let's go have a look at the field. So for South Africa today, they do have Nyakane, Mndambi, Malherbe as the 1, 2, and 3, with Etzebeth and Ori in the number 4 and number 5. Corlisi in the 6, with Mostert in the 7, with Vermeulen obviously in the 8. Vermeulen, unbelievable player, with Faf de Klerk and Pollard in the 9 and 10. Now today, guys, I need to see Faf de Klerk not kick as much as he usually does in regards to box kicking, because last week it was box kick after box kick after box kick after box kick, and then he'd stop doing box kicks, but then when he stopped doing box kicks, he'd do another box kick. This guy just doesn't stop kicking box kicks, and it just didn't work last week. So I would expect him to be doing it still, but just not as frequently. Every time they got the ball, it was just up in the air and they'd lose the ball. It didn't make sense to me. And Pollard obviously, didn't have a great game with the boot last week, but where he usually is one of the most elite kickers in the world. Dialende as the number 12, with Arm as the 13, Lucanio Arm, Nkosi and Mapimpi on the wings, with Willie LaRue as the number 15. On the interchange, they've got Malcolm Marks with Klitschoff, Kosh, Van Smith, Vise, Yanchis, and Willemse. It's Malcolm Marks. Willemse last week, he also missed a kick that was pretty easy, so it wasn't just Pollard's fault, but in the same sense, he did miss a lot of kicks last week. For the Aussies, we do have Slipper as the number 1, with Fainga and Tupou as the 2 and 3. Taniela Tupou is actually starting today for the Wallabies. Interesting. With Isaac Rodder and Phillip in the 4 and 5. They got Lockie Swinton, Hooper, and Valentini in the 6, 7, and 8 there. Great 4-pack there, with White and Cooper as the 9 and 10. 12 is Samuel Korevi, with 13 being Ikitau, Cotton Betty, and Kellaway on the wings, with Isaac Banks as the Tom Banks too. Was Isaac Banks? Who am I thinking about? Isaac Rodders, who I'm thinking about. Tommy Banks on the as the number 15. Remember to the interchange, we've got Kaitu'u. He was very good last week, by the way. Bell, Robertson, Swain, Samu, McDermott, Hodge, and Patea on the bench there. So that is the lineup there for the Wallabies, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we can put up on show today. Norris says, I'll get to watch the first 20 minutes and I've got to go to work and miss the rest of the game, plus the Eels and Penrith game. Oh, geez, you're missing out on a good night of football here. Eva says, what program can we watch this on? I'm watching on Stan. I'm watching this on Stan. You get a free month trial. You may as well give it a crack, man. You may as well give it a cracker in it. We've got 36 people here, guys. Let's get it up to 20 likes right now. Come on, smack it. Smack that thumbs up button. Alicia Bonacci says, what's your favourite rugby team? Wallabies. I'm from Australia, so I'm always going to say Wallabies. Yeah, of course. I'm from Australia, so I'm always going to tell you the Wallabies. Jack Lewis says, do you have to renew it or isn't it automatic? I'll look into it. I'm not too sure, man. I'm not too sure. Lake Show says, any live streams? Yep, here. Hello, my name's Blaze and I am streaming. Eva says, Marcel Musa says, hi Blaze. Hello, Marcel Musa. Give me some score predictions in the chat, guys. Give me some score predictions. I am taking the Wallabies 23-20 here. But then again, we could also see, I don't think so. South Africa's defence is really significant. They are really significant in defence and don't usually give up a great deal of tries, to be completely honest with you. But it's going to be a close game nonetheless, you guys. It's going to be a close game nonetheless. Amazing Race says, hello mate, how we doing? But and then obviously, yeah, later on tonight we do have that next game, and then we do the Eels and Panthers game, and then we do have the Man City versus Southampton game. But Quade Cooper today, he's got to really live under the pressure again. This is what he did in 2015, man. He had a lot of pressure on him. He had a lot of players kind of coming for his people coming for his throat. He was a wanker back then, though. His ego was all over the shop, but now it's a little bit of a different story, where I guess he's taken a little bit more of a subtle approach in regards to his personal situation and his personality. He's a bit different nowadays to what he used to be. So that's what's good. That's what's good with Quade, in my personal opinion. At least he's changed his attitude from that, Bernard Tomic, Nick Kyrgios style wanker Australian. And I don't mind Nick Kyrgios, but it's just that kind of wanker Australian that you're still back because he's Aussie, but in the same sense you think, oh, you're a bit of a wanker, to be honest with you. Magapaka says, I'm going for the Wallabies again, but I have South Africa in a multi just to compensate. Your multi sucks. Ravmy Play Game says, I think it will be a very close and great game. It should be a close and great game, absolutely. There's no way South Africa get blown out here. I don't believe that the Wallabies get blown out either. I think that the way they play is very contrasting to how South Africa are playing right now, and we all know that Hooper's just going to keep cracking on. Hooper's been unbelievable throughout this Rugby Championship. Whether we lost to New Zealand 3 games in a row or not, Michael Hooper has been just genuinely unbelievable when it comes to the Rugby Championship. So no, I'm looking forward to seeing him out there today. He's always a battler. He's always a grinder, and hopefully we can get another win here for him today. League Zone say you're a fan of Nick White. I think it's interesting. I think look, I don't actually mind it. I don't think McDermott has been. He's coming from McDermott. I don't think McDermott has been up to it recently. I thought he had a good start to the championship and Bledisloe with playing New Zealand, but he has tinkered away a little bit, and it has been really unfortunate to see that he hasn't been able to kind of play like he would normally play for me. I really like McDermott, but he just hasn't been able to. I think he's also a bit injured, isn't he? I could be wrong. I think he might be also injured. League Zone says 17-15 to the Wallabies. Xavier Sands says 27-24. Norris, I think it's on 9 as well. I think it is as well on 9. Yes, you are probably spot on there. Nice Noah says, where's Bernard Foley? Nice Noah, man, these aren't funny. Like these aren't funny. But we've got about 15 minutes to go here until the game gets kicked off here. I think as well, like obviously we play Argentina. I think we play them next week, don't we? We don't have 2 weeks off. No, we do. We play them at Queensland Country Bank Stadium on the North Queensland. By the way, guys, if you were looking at my stream last night with the Roosters and Manly game, it was the email that I got from Queensland Government wasn't me being able to go home. It was them saying we are currently a bit busy at the moment, so please hold on a little bit because we can't actually do your application just yet. Xavier Brown says, hey man, go to Wallabies, getting around it. Trucking Down Under says, I read somewhere that the Springboks have not lost consecutive games since 2018, or am I mistaken? I don't think you're mistaken, to be fair. I think you're probably right, to be completely honest with you. That's usually what happens when you're the world champions and the number 1 ranked team in the world. But, I could also counter that with the stat that the Wallabies have not lost at this stadium since 2016 against anybody, and haven't lost against South Africa in Australia in like 11, 12 years, something like that. Nora says, can we go through the New Zealand and Argentina team while we got a minute? Yeah, but I'm not going to be streaming that game. I won't be streaming the New Zealand versus Argentina game because I will be streaming the Eels and Benny's game. Michael Hooper caps 112, tries 22, try doubles 3, and points 110. That Argentina game's not until after this one does finish here. Amelia K says, hi. Hello, Amelia. Amazing Rose says, let's go. Quade Cooper really has changed his ego. Absolutely. Also, guys, while we do wait here, we've still got 15 minutes to go. Go and click on that link there if you love your rugby. Myself and the Kiwi lads, where he's a Kiwi, obviously, and I'm an Australian. And we talk all things international rugby, whether it be South Africa or European nations or anywhere around the world. We talk all things international rugby. So go and click on that pinned comment in the chat where you can go to the Rugby Down Under podcast and give us a follow every single Wednesday. It does come out. Jack Lewis says, what's your prediction for the Europe 2 or 3 games this year? There is actually all of us pretty much going to Europe, by the way. It's not just Australia, it's also Australia, Fiji's going, New Zealand's going up there, South Africa's going up there, Japan's going up there. There's Argentina, I think, is going back up there, but they're not playing Wales again, obviously, because they've already played Wales. There's a lot of teams going up to Europe at the end of the year. It's going to be awesome to watch. I think Australia plays England. I personally think England probably beat us right now, but in the same sense, if we play like we did last week, we beat them. I think we beat Scotland. I definitely think we beat Japan. We will romp Japan. But then again, I don't know what Japan's going to do. They did pretty well against England, and they did pretty well against the Irish when they played, or the British and Irish Lions, sorry. And they did pretty well when they played, I think it might have been England or Ireland. I'm not too sure. But, Japan are a bit of a sneaky. We did speak about them on the Rugby Down Under podcast this week. John James says Panthers to smash Eels by 22. Jimmy says that's the wrong. That's definitely the wrong sport there, mate. Jimmy says let's go Socceroos, let's win. Yep, that's also definitely the wrong sports there. Makapaka says there you go, BKR. Threw a multi on with the Wallabies too. Well, thanks, mate. Wow. Jack says Faf de Klerk pretty loosey goosey with his kicks. Not really. I wouldn't say he's loosey goosey, mate. I wouldn't say he's loosey goosey. I would definitely say that. His kicking last week didn't work at all, to be honest with you. But in the same sense, Faf de Klerk is one of the best players in the world in his position, and we're definitely going to see him come out and have a cracker here today, regardless. I don't know why I've seen an All Blacks jersey in the crowd, though. Lee, actually, that's because they're playing at Suncorp Stadium tonight. I forgot for a second that they're playing at the same stadium, so, buddy, I'm all over the shop. League Zone says, I think Brent, okay. Amelia K says, up the Wallabies, getting around the Wallabies there. John James says, NRL is always the right sport. It is, but it's not this time, so, Jack Kelly says, let's go Australia. Do we have any South Africans in the chat? Do we have any South Africans in the chat getting around the Springboks? It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting if they can bounce back after last week's shock. 10 minutes to go here until the game gets underway where we've got 50 people watching. Let's hit that thumbs up button. Schmackety, schmackety, schmack. Let's go. Jack says, gee whiz, one of the best players in the world. Good on him. Yeah, Faf de Klerk. Yeah, Faf de Klerk is an unbelievable player, man. South Africa are number one in the world for a reason, mate, as a country. They are the current world champions, for a reason. And usually when you are the number one team in the world, you have pretty good players. Isaac Rodder last week versus Springboks, 1 line-out steal, team rank first, ruck index of 33, second, and tackle 6, third. Gee whiz, Isaac Rodder, not too bad there last week. Xavier Brown says, did you watch any European rugby? I don't really, because I'm always doing the Premier League and the NFL and the all other sports that are kind of on during that time. But in the same sense, I do keep up to date with it because of the Rugby Down Under podcast. Go and follow it in the chat. Every single Wednesday, new episode does come out. Conrad says, BK, I like your vids and live streams. Appreciate you, dude. But, I don't mind the old European rugby, and we do actually have a European rugby star who plays for Ulster coming on the podcast in a couple of weeks' time, so definitely get excited for that one. Jack Kelly says, yeah, smash the like button. Exactly right. But I hope Isaac Rodder can have another pretty good game here, to be honest with you. Because we're going to need to be honest with you, we're going to really need a strong forward game here today because South Africa are very good in regards to their forwards. Unbelievable. Rob Valentini here in the season so far, he's had 59 carries, forwards rank 1. Valentini last week was unbelievable. Tackle breaks was 4, which was third. Offloads was 4, which was second. Post-contact meters was first for 153 and tackles 42, which is 4. So he's having an unbelievable season so far. Crazy New Zealand says, damn, my dono didn't show up. Your dono didn't show up? I haven't seen a dono. I haven't seen a donation, Crazy New Zealand. I can't see it. I would have read it out if I saw it. You sure you donated? I cannot see it, man. There's no bloody light that pop up. It might come up soon. I don't know, but I'm not too sure there. But 10 minutes to go right now. Valentini last week, I think, was very underrated. I really wanted to give him as my man of the match, but you just had to give it to Quaid, you know what I'm saying? Jack Lewis says, All Blacks made 11 changes and their squad still looks frightening. Yeah, of course it looks frightening, but in the same sense, you look at this South African team and it's just as frightening. It's just for some reason they couldn't seem to capitalise on Australia last week. Now let's move into Samuel Korevi. Last 2 tests since return: try assist 2, which is ranked first; carries 40, which is ranked first; line breaks 1, which is equal second; tackle breaks 10, which is first; and post contact meters 142, which is first. So gee whiz, he is having an unbelievable last 2 games, and obviously Samuel Korevi last week was fantastic just as well. Xavier Brown says, I can't wait to see Sean McMahon back at the Wallabies soon after his stint overseas. Crazy New Zealand says, no worries. Well, thank you very much for donating, man. But yeah, for some reason, it's not showing nothing. Samuel Karevi, last week, unbelievable. First. In offloads, post contact meters, tackle breaks, carries, try assists. My goodness me. And obviously, he was one of our better players in that 3rd test against the Kiwis. But overall, we just got absolutely pumped in that game. And I think that Karevi is going to run rampant through the Japanese when we play them. Like, I'm scared for Japan in regards to Samuel Karevi, to be completely honest with you. And I think that he's going to be a really good kind of player to go up against the English as well. I think we'll have to really fight hard against the English, and he's the type of player that we need. City Dingo says, how good would it be if the Aussies can get 2 over him? Yeah, look, obviously I would love to get 2 of them here, but in the same sense, I just want to compete. This is the main thing here. Like, yes, look, we obviously won last week, and that's great, but I would love to just simply compete again. I didn't necessarily go into last week's game thinking we're going to win. I didn't necessarily think last week's game was going to be as awesome, to be fair, as it was, but you know, we did get it, and I love that shit. I love that. I love every single second of us winning, but I just wanted to go in and see that we have improvement outside of playing New Zealand, because if we get pumped here again today, if we get pumped like we did against New Zealand, then we've learnt nothing. But last week was a really good stepping stone into what we're going to be seeing potentially in the future that people haven't been listening to me about for a while now. They look at results and think... They look at results and think that's the be all and end all, and as much as results are obviously the very arguably the be all and end all, in the same sense, you've also got to look at how the game's being played. And Australia did still have some massive positives throughout their losses against the Kiwis. Xavier Brown says, New Zealand fans don't realise that if Cooper played the first match, they would have lost. I disagree. Pelu Fainiva says, come on, Aussie, come on, get around you, Pelu, love your work. Jack Marshall says, you think the Springboks are better than the All Blacks, you noob? That is kind of what happens when you are number 1 ranked in the world and also the current world champions. You are what we call a wanker New Zealand fan. So 95% of New Zealand fans, they know what they're talking about. But then you get Jack Marshall over here, who unfortunately is a Kiwi, who just doesn't understand simple mathematics of currently South Africa are number 1, and currently South Africa are the world champions, and New Zealand actually lost to Argentina last year that we all don't talk about. I guarantee you wouldn't refer to that one. You beat the Wallabies this year. You beat the Argentinians this year. You haven't played South Africa this year. So where are you getting this New Zealand are better than South Africa from? Because literally every other stat here has shown that you're not. So, comprende español. Thank you very much, Jack, for the $5 donation. You're a legend, my guy. Thank you very much. Says, hopefully South Africa play pretty loosey-goosey and Wallabies win. That's what we're hoping for. That's what we're hoping for. But yeah, that's what you find as a 2%er. A 2%er All Blacks fan. Because most All Blacks fans are very knowledgeable about the game and actually understand what's happening. But yeah, there's that's the equivalent of your wanker Australian that you still support. You still support the wanker Australian, but they're also a bit of a wanker. So Dave Rennie's just talking here. We've got about literally 5 minutes time till the game gets kicked off. Let's go, baby. But then again, yeah, I'm a noob. I don't know what I'm talking about. But I hope you guys are enjoying that podcast, by the way. I've been loving it. We're about to hit our 9th episode on the Rugby Done On It podcast, and it's just been so much fun. Kramer says, I'm so keen for this game. If you haven't checked it out yet, you should, but just, it's been so good because we've got players coming on now. We've got other content creators from other different places as well, which is fantastic. So, hopefully it just keeps growing. And you guys most of you have been getting around it and loving it and growing it profusely. Jack Lewis, thank you very much for the £2 donation. It says, up the Wallabies, getting around the Wallabies, old Jackie boy from over there in the UK. Jack Marshall says, well, we beat Australia 30 plus at 3 games. You beat South Africa. Stick to soccer. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a question here. So because we beat South Africa, and you beat us, that means that New Zealand are better than South Africa. Okay, so let's go back to the World Cup. You beat South Africa, but England beat you, and South Africa beat England. So just trying to throw this one out there. Question mark? Or what about this one? South Africa have beaten Argentina by a lot. The last year, you lost to Argentina last year for the first time in your history. So can you do the math on that one, big boy? Can you do the math on that one? What other teams do in other games means nothing. We'll find out about New Zealand versus South Africa next week. Anyone with a brain will find out about it next week. But obviously, you're a part of the 2% wanker Kiwi fans who really, they talk shit. But realistically, we're talking shit about Ian Foster just 2-3 weeks ago. You know, last year, Australia beat New Zealand last year. Australia wouldn't have beaten South Africa last year. We beat them this year, that's great. But you watching this game, whether Australia win or not, I'm looking at next week, man. I'm looking at next week because you basing your opinion of South Africa off is South Africa playing Wallabies makes no sense. Makes no sense. It shows that you don't really know what you're talking about. So be my guest and make yourself look like a fool because no one else is looking like a fool besides you, Mr. Jack. Nice Noah says, you're going to stand up and sing the anthem, Blaze? No, mate. Jack Kelly says, everyone has to subscribe. Good stuff, man. 24 likes here, guys. 6 likes away from 30. League Zone says, Blaze, I dare you to sing the national anthem. I'm not going to do it, so that's cool. But we're still waiting here for the game to get underway. And it's hard because obviously we do have that really good record here at Suncorp Stadium, and I do believe we win. I have put a cheeky little bet on. I have put $10 on Australia to win this game and the Panthers to win later on. I think it was paying like 5 to 1 or something like that for both of them included, which was great to see. Hey, Jack Kelly, I appreciate your support, bro. Please don't spam the chat with it like every time. Like, we get it. Appreciate you, my guy. But if you guys are South Africans in the chat and you do obviously hear that I'm a Wallabies fan, I'm from Australia, and you think, oh, I don't want to listen to this because you're just going to be biased. Yeah, I probably will be a bit biased at times, but I do my best to obviously give you as much of a non-biased opinion as possible. Josh Sampson's Blaze, it'll be a close game. Absolutely, every game's always going to be a close game, especially with the Wallabies. We aren't going to blow anyone out unless they're you know, a lower ranked team. We're not really that kind of team that blows teams out. To be completely honest with you. Obviously, you know, we lost those 3 games to New Zealand, and that's just a thing where we just can't seem to beat New Zealand, man. You know, that's just a thing where we just can't seem to beat New Zealand. It's got nothing to do. Like, New Zealand have got a lot of faults in them. The Wallabies have a significant amount of faults, but New Zealand have a lot of faults in them, and that's what, you know, these All Blacks fans like Jack Marshall, they don't get. Like, you look at the game and you can see a lot of holes that the really good teams will pick apart, and the Wallabies, they're not the ones that I look at New Zealand to be seeing how it's kind of going. You know, I don't look at the Wallabies as a test for New Zealand because they always seem to beat us. I look at the likes of England, who they lost to the last time they played, and also the likes of South Africa, who they did beat the last time they played. But then again, in the same sense, South Africa are the world champions and the number 1 in the world right now. So, unfortunately, Jack, you put yourself in a bit of a hole there, my good sir. Josh Sam says, can you shout out my friend Jason from South Africa? Well, good luck, Jason. But your team here today, Jason, starting forwards, Nyankane, and Mbanambi and Malherbe as the 1, 2, and 3. Etzebeth and Ori in the 4 and 5 with Kolisi as a captain. Number 6, Mostert in 7, and Vermeulen in the number 8. That is the starting forwards there. That is a fantastic starting forward line, and arguably one of the better in the world. De Klerk is number 9 with Andre Pollard in the 10. Hopefully he can have a better game with the boot this week with Mapimpi and Nkosi on the wings. Diolende and Arm as the number 12 and 13 with Willie LaRue as the number 15. Apex says Aussies have a big chance to make a statement. Well, they did last week, to be honest with you. Malcolm Marx is the number 16. Kitshoff, Kosh, Van Staden, Smith, Visser, Janchis, and Willemse as the interchange here for the South Africa. Let's go. Now let's go have a look at the team that won last week, eh? Let's go have a look. As long as we don't get beaten by over 10 plus. You know, as long as we don't lose by over 10 plus. That's the main thing for me. Slipper is number 1. That's funny that I say that. But Slipper is number 1 with Fainga, Tupou, Rodowa, and Phillip, Swinton, Hooper, and Valentini as the starting forwards here for the Wallabies. Hopefully Valentini can go bang, can go boom, can go bang, bang, boom here this week as well, just like he did last week. Apexes, but if they win again, it's a big statement. Absolutely, it's bigger because New Zealand would win the Rugby Championship before even having to play South Africa. Nick White as the number 9 with Cooper as the 10, Conor Betty and Callaway on the wings with Karevi and Ikitau at 12 and 13, and Tommy Banks as the number 15 there. And obviously, yeah, it would put us to... we actually could jump above Ireland, I think, maybe. I think we'd have to win by a decent amount, I can't remember. Kaitu'u, Bell, Robertson, Swain, Samuel, McDermott, Hodge, and Pataya on the interchange there, the reserves for the Wallabies. Jack Kelly says, what do you think? Who do you think is going to win Australia, South Africa? Well, I've said about 100 times Australia. I've said about 100 times Australia, but I just want it to be close, man. I just want it to be close. I don't want to get beaten big time because that teaches you nothing. It teaches you nothing. But here they come. Khaleesi leading out his team for the South Africans here today, guys. It's going to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new around here. Jack says, gee whiz, I'm in a hotel and I don't know how to work the TV. Well, lucky you got BKR Sport here, mate. We're ready to go. We're getting pumped. We're getting rowdy. We're getting loud. We're getting proud. Let's start moving. Let's start grooving. Come on, here we go. Here we go. I wonder if actually, let me know in the chat, guys. What do you think? Do you think South Africa's going to come into this game with a game plan of the same similarities to last week that nearly got them over the line? Or do you think they're going to come in and they're going to change it back to the way they do play in the Southern Hemisphere, where they are fast-paced, they do utilise their outside backs, and they do kind of move around and get some speed going? But it's interesting to see which way they're going to lean here today. It's interesting to see which way they're going to lean with. John Finifiaki says he's shooting the Parrot game. You know I am. Jack Kelly says, I need Australia to win because that's my country. Good stuff, man. So the Springboks are out. APEC says fast-paced. Do you think they're going to try and counter the Australians with their fast pace? Obviously, last week, guys, the South Africans came in, try and constrict, and like a boa constrictor is what I compared them with. And the Wallabies, obviously, they're a fast-paced team. They're a pacey team. They just want that pace to keep going and going and going and going and going. And that's what they kept doing last week. You could see that South Africa would slow the play down, do those box kicks. They'd get the ball, they'd field position, kicking game, and it never really worked. They didn't make Australia bite into their game, right? So that's what they have to try and get them to do this time. Is get Australia to bite and take a chunk of what South Africa wants to play, which for me is a bit more of a grindy game with the fast pace, but it's a bit more structurally different where they can actually get a move on in regards to mauls and scrums and actually, well, last week obviously they crushed the Australians when it came to the rolling mauls, and that's how they scored their tries. Nice says smart and elusive. Creamer says they'll probably play the boring game for a bit to see if it works. Maybe. Jack Marshall says, I'll watch the game and listen to the BKR Sport expert commentary. I'm very well aware that's a bit of a sarcastic, but, in the same sense, man, if you do enjoy it, obviously, it's all good chat, man. Like, if you think that New Zealand are the best team in the world, be my guest, my guy. I don't believe it, but we'll see it next week. Whether if New Zealand beat it, I'll be the first to say that I think New Zealand are the best team in the world. I just don't think that Australia and Argentina are the other tests for me. I want to see them come up against a team like South Africa, and Wallabies beating South Africa means nothing to me in regards to that, because New Zealand and Australia, two different teams on different levels in regards to structure, and I think the slow, grindy kind of structure alongside the pace of New Zealand might actually work a little bit more in favour of South Africa than against the kind of the wild creativity of Australia with that fast pace. And a lot of the time with Australia's wild creativity, they throw the ball and hits it around and it doesn't work. But against South Africa, because they're so slow and grindy, they're able to kind of utilise those outside backs. So that's the thing, man. That's the thing. We're all entitled to their opinion, but in the same sense, it's a bit of a wanker comment for you to come out and insulting the number one team in the world. Sam Caleb says, Quade Cooper. Yeah, he's playing today. Angelica Lulu says, so I came back to humble myself. I may have been wrong last week, but this week it's Dunzo. Boca for a win. Get around the South Africans. Angelica is get around the South Africans. They are going to come out strong here today. I'm definitely not thinking it is a game over, so no way, sirree. I just don't want to get pumperuno. I don't want a bit of pepperin. I don't mind a bit of salt, because that's obviously what we get from people who get to watch Australia win who don't like Australia. But the peppering is what I don't want to see. I want to see it be a good game, because South Africa, a lot of the time, if they get into the lead, they can just slap you out of it, grind you out of it, and then start peppering on those points. That's not what we want to see here today. But they're just singing the national anthem here of South Africa. Michael Joshua Lewis says hello. Hello, champione. Jack Kelly says, who is your favourite player from the Titans? Not the same sport that we're watching right now. Turbo Tom says, what do the Wallabies have to win by for New Zealand to become number one again? There is a website for this. I'm not too sure. Because I think New Zealand are going to pump Argentina regardless, man. So I'm not too sure. There is a website for this that can tell you how much teams need to win by and what not to adjust. But I think if Australia win this game here, I believe we go above Ireland in the fourth. Because currently we're fifth, because we got a lot of points last week from obviously South Africa being classed as the home team. We beat them, and then obviously moved above France. And France went to sixth, and the Argentina went to seventh. But you guys should know all this because you listen to the Rugby Down Under podcast every single Wednesday on Spotify, Apple, Reason, and Google Podcasts. Jack Kelly says, who was the first try scorer? Oh, geez. First try scorer in this sport is really difficult, man. Really, really difficult because there's so many avenues. It's not like rugby league in regards to first try scorer. Look, I'm going to go Connor Betty just because, but rugby union is so difficult for first try scorer because the forwards score a lot. The forwards do score a lot with their rolling balls, especially in a game with South Africa. And there's a lot of penalty tries as well and whatnot. So, look, no, I don't really like to do first try scorer in this, but I'll go Connor Betty just because I can do what I want. Jack Lewis is great win last week, but the real test is today, going back to back against the world champions, knowing if they lose and New Zealand win, they lose their number one status. Massive, massive task to win. Is that a fact, though? Like, is that a fact? Is it a fact that New Zealand, no matter what, if South Africa lose this game and they win their game, no matter how many points is it that they go above them? Are you sure? I think they still need to win by a certain amount, or depending on how much they lose by. But obviously, South Africa aren't going to lose by more than 7, arguably, if they are to lose this game. Abex is Quade playing. I missed the lineup, mate. But is Quade playing? He was our best player last week. Of course he's playing. Iron Maiden says, if South Africa gets their kicking in game, I think they got this. Would have been a draw last week if we didn't miss the last 2 points. Disagree. I think last week, if you didn't miss your kicks, you would have won the game. Andre Pollard last week missed a lot of kicks, and so did Willemse. It was really interesting because Pollard, for me, is an elite kicker of the game. A really, really elite kicker in world sport and world rugby, and usually we find rugby union that kickers are always just solid, and for me, unless your name is Noah Alessio or Reece Hodge, usually you get your kicks, like obviously we saw Quade Cooper last week. Last week was a very similar outset to how Australia played New Zealand in the first game of the Bledisloe Cup, but instead we saw South Africa have the same problems as Australia. Which is what happened with Noah Alessio, and Andre Pollard just couldn't kick, and then obviously they bring on Willemse, and Willemse misses it. It was just a bit of a shocker. So for me, I think Australia got a tad bit lucky, but in the same sense deserved the win nonetheless. Winners make their own luck. You know what I'm saying? Like, winners make their own luck, and yes, you could argue it's a little bit lucky, but in the same sense, man, it was a good game. It was a good game, and maybe we might see South Africa bounce back here today. Joseph Yaya says, Bula commentator, Bula vada se ti kotosoviti. Yeah, Joseph Yaya, Bula. But Fiji going to be playing soon against Japan. I can't wait to watch that one. I think they play also against the Welsh, and it's going to be interesting to see how the Viti boys, Fiji, go off when we all travel up to the Northern Hemisphere. All the Southern Hemisphere teams, literally everyone. Argentina, South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, Tonga, Japan. All of us are going up to the Northern Hemisphere at the end of the year. I'm looking forward to it. Shannon Humphrey says, hi. Hello, Shannon. How are we doing? Champion. Lifestyle says, geez, stadium only 15% full. Disgrace for Aussie fans after that big win. Okay, so a couple of things, life starts. Secondly, there is a thing called the pandemic. Thirdly, South Africa haven't played in front of a single fan in regards before last week's game. So, like, I wouldn't be talking about, fan bases. And secondly, do you understand that right now there's a capacity on this stadium? You can't have 100% at this game right now. And thirdly, the Wallabies have been shit for 20 years. We're not in a situation where we're the current world champions, also the number one ranked team in the world. Like, pipe it, goddamn, down in regards to insulting the Wallabies. We all know the Wallabies weren't going to be getting a sold-out stadium here today. Like, my goodness me, it's like, man, get a bit of perspective. But here we go, the Wallabies can kick that ball up in the air. Like, what do you think this is? Like, the Australians are the number one team in the world or something like that? We're always expecting a win? No, we aren't South Africa or New Zealand. We expect to lose. It's not the same. Also, remember, rugby league's on tonight. We've got multiple other sports going to be pounding here in South Africa. We've got multiple other sports that people care about here. Australian rugby has been gone for like 20 years, man. Like, it's only starting to grow again. Like, have a little bit less of an expectation here, man. This isn't South Africa. Not a great deal of people care about this sport just yet. One game isn't going to change that. They deserve it. Absolutely, life starts. They do deserve a fuller stadium. Absolutely, they deserve more full stadium. But in the same sense, we have trust issues with this team. Where it's just constantly losing all the time, right? So, like, it's all fair. Like, fine, you can argue that all you like, but like, this country is a lot different to other countries where New Zealand's their only sport is rugby union, and South Africa, arguably, their only sport is rugby union. They do have cricket as well, but it's not really the same. So, no. So, a minute gone here, guys, and South Africa will have the lineup here just inside the 40 of Australia's side, and easy little lineup win there by the South Africans, the Springboks. They go left-hand side here, Khaleesi gives it off, and it's going to be Vermeulen here, who's going to be just outside the 22. Have to Clerk, gets this ball left-hand side, and they're going to get taken down here just outside the 22, the South Africans. De Klerk again. He spreads it out to the left. He goes it out to Pollard. Pollard here gets it out to the number 15, Willie LaRue, and it's going to be Kellaway who brings it away here, and Kellaway could be away here for the Wallabies. He gets it out to the 22 right now. Oh, that's nice there. Lovely work. Rion Rebello, we will be doing the Premier League tonight. Man City versus Southampton. But here we go. Australia can kick this ball out here from their own 22. Gets it back here to Quade Cooper. And Cooper down the guts, up the centre. And good kick there by Quade for a good bit of field position there, considering they were inside their own 10 there. But Pollard here, up top it goes. LaRue following in underneath. But it should be an easy take here for Quade Cooper. And it is an easy take for Quade Cooper. He gets away from the one tackle. He gets away, ball off to Samoa Korevi. Korevi here taken down just outside the 22 right now. Rolls this ball back. Nick White goes left-hand side here. Gives it off to Swinton. And it's going to be the Wallabies here just outside the 22. Oh, that's offside. That's offside. That's offside. That's offside. That's offside. Apparently not. But the Wallabies here, Quade Cooper. And he is going to just bang that ball straight to the guts. It's going to be a penalty to Australia. Thank you very much. Bushki. Thank you very much. I like it. Kremer says the stadium looks more than 15% full. It is. It's probably about 40%. Probably about 40%. There's a lot of arguments here. There's a lot of arguments to it. League Zone says, look at that kick from Quade. It was a good kick from Quade. Quade is, buddy, amazing form. There's amazing form. Sam Calp says, when's the match starting, mate? It's on. We're on, mate. Jack Marshall, I'm hoping Australia win. Of course you do. New Zealanders would love it because, one, the Rugby Championship would be done after tonight. You wouldn't have to play, if South Africa win tonight, I think they've still got a chance. I think they still have to rely kind of that Argentina get a win, but in the same sense, I'm not a great deal sure. Nice says Quade signed the Super Rugby team yet? I don't think so. I think he's going to continue playing in Japan, isn't he? Oh wait, no, I don't even know what the what's it called? I don't even know because he's not with the Japan team anymore. Because that's why he's able to be selected because of the Giddo law. But then again, the Giddo law is kind of been going out here. Lifestyle says, many people too lazy to go on Google. What time is the game on? Well, it's literally live right here, it says. It's literally live right here. But guys, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new around here. We stream rugby every single week. But up it goes here from the Wallabies. And we're going to get this ball here into the 40 on South Africa's side. It's going to be Korevi. Korevi's away. Samoa Korevi. He gets to the 22. Good run there by Samoa Korevi. He gets that ball to Nick White. They go right-hand side here. Gives it off to Rubber Valentini. Taniela Tupo. Oh, brilliant tackle. Oh, it's a knock-on from Australia. Oh, so close. So close there from the Wallabies. We nearly made a nice little break there, but obviously South Africa are able to hold that one out there before it goes through. Abdelhadi Mustafa says, go the Wallabies, getting around the Wallabies, and Taniela Tupo slapped down. But what a break there. Nick White gives it off to Valentini. Valentini gives it underneath there to... that was Fainga, by the way, not Taniela Tupo. And then Kellaway unfortunately knocked it on, but he couldn't really get something there. Oh, relax there. What's Am doing there? Relax, buddy. Relax. Harry Jones says, Kia ora, fella. Looking forward to this game since last week. Absolutely, man. It's going to be an awesome game. It's going to be an awesome game here. And right now, it's already looking like Australia. Already on the front foot here. That's a good crowd. This is a good crowd here for what I was expecting. I don't understand what we're talking about. It's actually a pretty good crowd. I'd say there's at least 35,000 here. I'd say there's probably, maybe at least 35,000. This is more than a Broncos crowd. So that's going to be a penalty here to... No, I thought it was going to be a penalty to Australia there. Jeez, that was close. League Zone says, do you agree that props have the best hands in rugby? Props are very good when it comes to rugby union. Props are really good with their passing and their offloads and whatnot. Please don't give a penalty away here, Australia. Please don't give a penalty away. We've got them on the back foot here. Let's kick this ball straight off the scrum here. So they're probably going to try and utilise their pack weight here. They're going to pack weight is significantly larger than the Aussies throughout this... throughout their front row. Their front row pack is just so ball damaging in regards to size. I would disagree. I would say, because Suncorp only has a 52,000 capacity, I think it is. I would say Suncorp got about 35,000 here. I don't think it's a bad crowd at all, to be honest with you. So Faftricloak to roll this one in here. Jack says Broncos get 100,000 in a 50,000 stadium. Broncos average is now 24,000, which is a lot less than what they used to have at 30. Potential penalty here to... Oh, no, we're going to do it again. Let's just watch another one here. Nice Noah says, next week's games are at Townsville. They are at Queensland Country Bank Stadium. Yes. Yes. And I think Australia will beat Argentina both times, to be completely fair. Apex is a decent crowd. Love to see it. Yeah, I know. I'm surprised with how big this crowd actually is. I'm not too sure about the slander towards the crowd now, to be honest with you, after getting a good look at this crowd. Like, there is a lot of empty seats, but in the same sense, like, what do you expect? Like, the Wallabies have been shocking for years, and look, we have one good win. Doesn't mean they're going to be paying probably, $70 for a ticket to come to this game? $60, because it would have included the next one. Actually, it's actually different pack weights here. 919 South Africa, 914, it's going to be penalty in South Africa. I told you guys what will happen. I told you guys it would happen. Damn it, man. So 6 minutes gone here. South Africa will get the penalty here. 5 metres out, and Andre Pollard's going to obviously kick this one for the sideline. Anton says Aussie's going to win again. I would love to see it, mate. I would love to see it. But in the same sense, South Africa, yet again, better at the scrum. Better at the scrum. Liam Durant says, whoever wins the tournament, are they the best country? Not necessarily. I would say that because Australia could win both these games and not be the best country in the world. I would say that whoever the best in the world is will come down to who wins out of the 2 games next week and the week after between South Africa and New Zealand. But no, just because you win this Rugby Championship doesn't make you the best country in the world. Especially when none of the European teams are in here. Because they've got the 6 nations. But 7 minutes gone here, and South Africa with the ball here inside their own 40. Really good rolling more defence here from the Wallabies compared to last week. Really good. They're still pushing here, South Africa. Gets it inside the 10 here at the halfway point. Faf de Klerk's going to take a quick kick here. You can see him. Oh, penalty advantage. Shut up. That's a penalty advantage there. Australians did fantastically. Nothing wrong throughout that entire play there. South Africa down the right-hand side here. I wonder if they're still playing the advantage here. They're inside the attacking half. That's a ridiculous call. That was a ridiculous penalty there. And that's going to be they're going to call penalty. No. He's still got that penalty advantage here, by the way. He's still given the penalty advantage. That is absolutely ludicrous to be calling that as a penalty after all that. That's absolutely ludicrous. There was nothing wrong with that. There was nothing wrong with what happened just then. That was a fantastic defensive effort there from the Wallabies. And then after legitimately about a minute of pushing, he gives away a penalty. Didn't call the second warning for the stoppage. There was 2 stops there. Didn't call it for the second one. And they kept pushing. 20 seconds later, gives away a penalty. Ridiculous. Completely disagree with that penalty. And South Africa are going to benefit from it. Creamer says, where's the ref from this match? I'm not too sure, man. I'm not too sure. It's not that I'm saying the referee's fault. That's just a horrific call. That's just a horrific call. That is just a horrific call. So, it's going to be 30 metres out here or so. 30 metres out here from the Wallabies line. South Africa on the attack right now. Jax, is this the same ref as last week? I would assume it probably is. I would assume it is. But then again, South Africans, for some reason, complained about the ref last week because of some stupid kicking law or some shit. 23 metres out here. So, 9 minutes gone here. Game Press, we're going to hide it from the channel, man. I don't know kind of what's going on there. We're just going to hide it from the channel. No one finds it funny. All right, so here we go. So it's going to be South Africa here with the penalty. 22 metres out. Well, they get the line out, sorry. And now it's going to be see if they can get the rolling maul. Good work there. Oh, another penalty here against Australia, is it? Apparently it's our fault for driving them into the... Apparently that was our fault. Apparently that was our fault there off that rolling maul. They died. What are you talking about? Apparently that was our fault there. They're going to kick the ball over the top. It's going to be a penalty here. They're going to take the 3. Like, no shit, Sherlock. But, like, come on, man. Like, you're shitting me. Like, what is this guy doing? Like, he just wants to give South Africa the points here? Or, like, he just wants to give him another free 3 points here? They'll take the 3 here. Okay, so let's have a look here. I want to see if I'm wrong or not. Let's have a look here. So they go up here in the line out. There's no push early. That's what he's calling there. He's calling for the push early. No. I'm wrong. So this is a penalty here. So basically, I didn't see that he hadn't come down yet. I thought he came down and they pushed, but basically, they started pushing too early. So no, that is a fair penalty just there. But they're not going to go for the 3. They're not going to go for the 3 here. JC says, who do you go for? I'm Australian. So, this is going to be... Oh, this is looking very likely for a South African try here. They're going to be 5 out here. They're going to be 5 out here with the line out. They've been very good with their rolling mauls. And, oh, damn, man. I tell you what, this is going to be difficult. This is going to be difficult. This is going to be difficult to stop this one because their rolling mauls is how they score tries against us. So here we go. 10 minutes gone here, guys. Go and hit that thumbs up button right now. Boom, boom. Smack that thumbs up button. And subscribe if you're new around here. But South Africa here with the line out. 5 metres out. They're going to throw. They've won that one. And good work there from the Wallabies. Oh, good work from the Wallabies to stop that one straight away. And the penalty to Australia. Come on, baby. Come on, you good thing. Good defence. Good defence. Zachariah Anderson says, learned lessons to back themselves. Well, you know, they didn't. They might have learned the lessons to back themselves, but this time they unfortunately gave away a penalty to Australia. So I understand what you're saying, Zachariah, but in the same sense, you know, it's not like their penalties actually were the wrong choice last week, which is they missed their kicks. It's just that they missed their kicks, the old South Africans last week. It's not that they made the wrong choices. I think they made the right choices in regards to their kicking plays and going for the 3 and taking the penalty option. But in saying that, unfortunately for South Africa, they just weren't able to actually lock those kicks in. So that was really, really good defense there from the Wallabies to stop that one going through. Crazy New Zealand says Pollard would have a better chance at penalty kick. Pollard is usually a very good kicker, guys. Our lineouts usually suck, but we do win this lineout. Wow, we crazy. And Hooper gets that ball back here to Nick White, and White down the guts. Good kick. Good kick from White. Good kick from White. Puts them back into their, just outside their own 22 here. And it's going to be a kick up top here from Willie LaRue. Should be an easy take here for the Wallabies. And it will be an easy take for Nick White there. Could have been arguably tackled in air there, but is his knees on the ground yet? No, he's still going here. He's still going. The knees are on the ground. Have to release, have to release, have to release. They're at the halfway point right now. At the halfway point right now. It's actually a rolling maul. It's turned into a rolling maul. But now the Wallabies will get this ball here, just literally at the 50-metre line here. Cotton Betty will throw this ball back here, left-hand side. Cotton Betty didn't have a fantastic game last week, but over the top here, down to the corner, the Wallabies playing a little bit of that field position game. I like to see it. That's exactly what I like to see. It's a good kick there from the Wallabies, and Willie LaRue will kick this one down here to around the halfway point. No, that's a bad kick there from the Springboks, and the Wallabies are away here. Oh, Tommy Banks with a good run. He gets the ball to the 22. They're going to go left-hand side here, the Wallabies. They give this ball off here to the big man Fainga. Oh, Daniel Tupou with the ball here. Daniel Tupou here, just inside the 22 right now. Penalty to Australia. Penalty to Australia. Penalty to Australia here. Penalty to Australia. We can't get the ball out right now. We can't get the ball out. They're going to just call it. No. Nick White. Oh, that's going to be another penalty. And this could actually be a... This could be a yellow card here for Faf de Klerk. It is going to be yellow card. Yeah, it is going to be a yellow card. Yellow card, Faf de Klerk. Out you go, champion. I don't know what you're doing there, Faf de Klerk. I don't know what he's doing there. That's a blatant yellow card there. That's a blatant yellow card. I don't know what Faf de Klerk's doing there. That was real. That was a brain fade, man. That was a brain fade. Faf de Klerk will get yellow card here, and he'll be gone for the next 10 minutes. He knows what's going on. Like, I don't understand why he would do that. Like, that's just ridiculous there from Faf de Klerk. I don't know why he would do that. I don't know why he would do that, to be honest with you. Such a good player that's just such a brain fade. That's such a brain fade. So Australia will go for the try here. There's no way you go for the 3 points here. Jack Marshall's Matthew Carley from England's the ref. Okay, well, he made a really good call there. He made a really good call. But in the same sense, that was a really easy 1-2 call. So Wallabies here will have the line out here. Oh, geez. Quickly. Hooper inside the 5. Here's a good chance here for the Wallabies. Here's a good chance. 3 metres out here. Nick White gets the ball out left-hand side here. And the Wallabies here are 5 metres out. James Slipper with the ball. Left-hand side. 2. Oh, try time for the Wallabies. Yes! Come on, you good thing. Let's go. Try time for the Australians. Beautiful. So 9 minutes to go here for the sin bin. 13.5 minutes gone here in the game. 5-0 to the Wallabies. Bushka. How good was that? How good was that? That was really risky at the lineup, though. Really risky. Really risky play at the lineup. Macapakis, that was a good yellow card, to be fair. Yellow card for stupidity. I just don't understand why Faf de Klerk would do that. You know, it's not like he's inexperienced. It's not like he doesn't know what he's doing. Really interesting that Faf de Klerk would throw something so poor. Like, it was just really, really poor. Really, really poor there. So we've got 80 people watching right now, guys. 38 likes right now. Let's go up to 50. Hit that thumbs up button if you are liking the content, whether you're South African or Australian. I hope you are having a good time. But, ooh, here we go. So Australia take the lead here. Australia take the lead. Harry Jones' Queensland shirt, eh? Fella classic. Yeah, well, mate, you know, what do you want from me? Apex says you should get "Come On, You Good Thing" tattooed on you. Come on, you good thing. Get around it. So it's going to be Len Ikitau there. Debut try here for Australia. 15 minutes gone here, and the Wallabies, they're going to kick this one right on through the post because they are right in front. Gordon Green says Australia good with 9.5. What's going on? So Zachariah Anderson says, yeah, boys. Nice. It's a great try to Ikitau. Norris says, what happened? Try time. That's what happened. Quade Cooper here. In his career, 78 attempted, 53 conversions converted. But, geez, this is a good start here for the Wallabies. Usually we don't have good starts. Usually we're actually down at half-time. We are playing very well right now against the South Africans. We're playing very well. So Quade Cooper here from the 22, and he will... Oh, he's going to miss that one. Yikes. How did he miss that? How did he miss that? Like, I know he's human, but in the same sense, how does Quade Cooper miss that? What's going on there? How does he miss that? Quade, you went 8 from 8 last week, and now you've missed that. It's now 5-0. He's missed a kick. Yikes. Apelu Faniva says, looking good. Can the Wallabies getting around the Wallabies? Apelu. So the Wallabies will get the ball here inside their own 22. I can't believe Quade Cooper just missed that. Cotton Betty here with the ball just inside his own 22 right now. The Wallabies are going to go right-hand side here. Nick White. Nick White's got underneath. He's going to have Quade Cooper and Cooper here. That's a good kick. It's an okay kick. It's It's decent. It gets us out of a little bit of trouble there. Blake Gray says, hopefully the Bokker will bounce back. Well, as a Wallabies, I hope you don't bounce back. But in the same sense, you're going to be close. It's going to be tight. It's going to be a difficult game for the Wallabies nonetheless. But good luck, mate. Good luck. Preston Hadfield says, isn't South Africa one of the best teams? South Africa is the #1 ranked team in the world, and also they are the current world champions. But in the same sense, haven't played a lot of rugby the last couple of years. And obviously we beat them last week. Magapaka says, man, haven't paid much attention to Ikitau, but last week he was a monster on defense. That was a fantastic try. Man, I was really nervous around that line-out, though. Like, we won the line-out, but then we started throwing the ball in the line-out, and it was nerve-wracking. Absolutely. Oh, penalty to South Africa. Penalty advantage for South Africa. Damn it. So at the 40 right now. At the 40, they're pushing through the rolling maul here. I don't think it is a penalty advantage here, actually. I don't think it is. I don't think it is a penalty advantage right now. Where's the ball? Oh my god, I don't even know what's happening here. Now it's a penalty advantage. What's happening? How is this a penalty advantage? What was the penalty advantage for here? So it's going to be a penalty here in South Africa, but what was the penalty for? What was the penalty for? Crazy New Zealand says, risky put down by Ikitau. Second try, nonetheless. It's not the put down that I was looking at. It was the actual line out with the literal throwing of the line out. Because we won it, and then we threw the ball in the line out, and then threw it back again in the same line out before we'd even come down. So it was very risky plays inside the line out. So it's going to be... I don't even know what's going on in the chat, to be honest with you. So I'm going to put you on timeout because I don't know. Firstly, I don't have a clue what you're talking about. So here we go. So it's going to be 17.5 minutes gone here. Man, if you're going to try and troll, man, I'm just going to time you out. Jack Thompson says, Wallabies off to a good start. Wallabies off to a great start so far. Wallabies having a fantastic start so far, absolutely. But it's going to be a penalty here to South Africa. I would not assume they'll go for the 3 here. I wouldn't assume it. But in the same sense, last time it didn't work out, but... Umbanambi here, 7 games throughout the season, 2021, with 2 tries, 19 carries, and I think it was, didn't get to see the carry meters. But Australia giving away a lot of penalties, which is a problem. This is a problem right now because they are giving away quite a lot of penalties. They are going to take the 3 here, South Africa. They are actually going to do it. Okay. Interesting why they're taking the 3 here. Didn't take the 3 on the other side. Interesting why they're taking the 3 here and not on the other side. So 17.5 minutes to go here. Jack says, going for the 3. So Andre Pollard last week, shocking, but accuracy normally over his career is 74%. 256 attempted with 191. Like, he'll get this. Like, last week was just a shocking week. He'll get this. Easy. So 18 minutes gone, and he will slap it through. Easy. Like, there was no question about it. So it'll be 5-3 here with 4.5 minutes left on the bin for the South African Faf de Klerk, and also 2 minutes left here until we get to the 20-minute mark. 22 minutes left here of the first half. Here we go. So 2-point game here, and look, it's probably the safer option there, but in the same sense. I'm just surprised they went for it then, but didn't go for it in the original time, because they would have gone up 3-0, and then obviously Australia wouldn't have been able to get the penalty at the end of the field, and then obviously score a try. So South Africa will get the ball here, and slap down here just inside their own 22. League Zone submission, Michael Checker as Aussie coach. Absolutely, goddamn not. What planet are you living on? So left-hand side, what? No way. Oh, knock on for that from South Africa. So Australia's going to have the ball here just inside the 22. Australia's going to have the ball here inside the 22. That's our ball. Come on. Hello. Give us the ball. Thank you. Give us the ball. We do have the ball here. Beautiful. All right, so right-hand side, we've got the knock-on advantage, and that's a knock-on there from the... Oh, we're going to say knock back. Oh, Cooper slams there in the tackle. Gets the ball out right-hand side here, but Australia still have this knock-on advantage. Gives the ball out to the left-hand side. Cotabeti, back on the inside. Cotabeti. Oh, jeez, he might have hurt his legs there. I don't know what happened there. Oh, what's going on there? Is that a penalty? Thank you. I was going to say, take the 3. Actually, no, you know what? Don't take the 3. You're on the sideline. Go for the try. Go for the try, please. Go for the try. Go for the try here. You're on the sideline. Go for the try, please. Kick it to the 5 and pull it over. Kick it to the 5 and pull it over. We've got the man advantage here. Please. Yeah, Grimmy did get his legs pulled apart there. So this is going to be a penalty to the Wallabies, and they're going to kick this one to the sideline. Beautiful. Okay, so 6-7 meters out here from the line. Bonesy Boys says, didn't Australia play Springboks last week? Yes, they did. That's how rugby works. And then we play Argentina next week and the week after that. But the Wallabies will win this line out here. Beautiful. Push, 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 push. Not that way, though. The wrong way. Wrong way. Michael Hooper here is going to get taken down here. That was not good there from the Wallabies. That was really, really bad from the Wallabies. But right-hand side, they're going to spread it. It's going to be Samoa Korevi. And Korevi here, just inside the 22 right now. And it's going to be right-hand side, the Wallabies. Not a great attack here from the Wallabies, to be completely honest with you. But they've still got this man advantage for the next 2.5 minutes. Back on the inside here, Taniela Tupou. And Tupou's still going here. Tupou's still going here. Oh, my goodness me. 5 minutes out here for the Wallabies. Oh, that's a penalty. That's a penalty. Thank you very much. Penalty. Penalty advantage for the Wallabies. So right-hand side here, they get the ball off. Quade Cooper underneath. Back on the inside. Try time potential. Try him with the Wallabies. Lenny could tell you, beautiful man. Try him with the Wallabies. 10-3 with the kick to come. 20 minutes in here. How good was Taniela Tupou's run then? Just charged and just went boom, boom, boom. Got taken down. And then the Wallabies are going to spread it out right-hand side. Quade Cooper gives it off. How good is this from Connor Betty? That ball back on the inside there from Banks. And Connor Betty out to Ikitau. Oh, let's go. Zachariah Anderson said he's not the best for Argentina. He doesn't adapt strategy in a game well. He's not the best anywhere. So Quade Cooper, look at that. Quade Cooper outside to Banks. Banks back on the inside of Connor Betty. Connor Betty out on the outside of Ikitau. And Ikitau for a double already. Boom, ski. Boom, 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 ski. Let's go. Try time for the Wallabies. How good are we looking right now, baby? How good are we looking? We're looking very good. South Africans will blame the fact that we have a man advantage right now, but Australians are looking very good regardless. They are. Jack Thompson says 2019 Boks aren't the same anymore. It's not that. It's that they're playing different footy. And they're playing different footy. Like, it's not even an argument anymore. Like, it's not even an argument at this point. They're playing a different style of rugby. It doesn't work for South Africa against these Southern Hemisphere teams at the moment. It's only 10-3 here. Relax. Still a long way to go in this game. But I'm just saying, it doesn't seem to work against these Southern Hemisphere teams right now. You can't play Northern Hemisphere rugby and expect to win. Look. Southern Hemisphere teams always win the World Cups. South Africa's won 3 of them, playing like a Southern Hemisphere team. New Zealand's won 3 of them, playing like a Southern Hemisphere team. Australia's won 2 of them, playing like a Southern Hemisphere team. One Northern Hemisphere team has ever won, and that was England in 2003, and they were lucky. They got to extra time and had to beat Australia, obviously, but winners make their own luck, though. Apex says, Quay's a game changer. Quay's awesome. He's going to get this kick, too. I guarantee you. 22 minutes gone, and he will... Oh, sexy. That's a try time and a conversion too from the sideline. So it will be 12-3 here. South Africa will get Faf de Klerk back out onto the field. But gee whiz, how good are the Wallabies looking right now? 12-3 here. That is just awesome play there. Quade Cooper, Tommy Banks, Cotton Betty right-hand side. And the way they're moving the ball right now is just slick. It's free-flowing. It's nice. I'm getting a bit of moving and grooving going, baby. Ooh, I'm getting a bit of moving and grooving. So the Wallabies here will get this ball here just inside the 22, and it's going to be Ikitau with the ball, who's obviously got a double so far. How good has he been? So the Wallabies here, Nick White, arguably penalty. No, they're not going to call penalty there, but it's going to be Wallabies here with the ball, and Quade Cooper will get a good kick away too. That is a good kick here inside the half of the South Africans. They're going to pass this ball left-hand side here, and now it's going to be kicked into the corner here. Ooh, that's a 50-20. That's a good kick. Damn it, that's a good kick. That's a 50-20. So basically, guys, if you don't know what 50-20 is, it's basically like a 40-20 in rugby league. So South Africa will get the line out here. Damn it, that's a really good kick there from Andre Pollard. Damn it. Justin Kelson says, no one's better than Quade Clutch Cooper. I am. Jack says, his Quade is sexy Sexton. You shush. Harry Jones says, maybe missing out on playing the All Blacks in Australia last may have caught up with South Africa. You could argue it, but in the same sense, man, we've only gone 24 minutes here. Long way to go in this game. 9 likes away, though, from 50 guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new around here. Going to be a big night here. Going to be a big night here on BKR Sport. But South Africa here with the ball. Good work there from the Maul. Oh, my goodness me. Australia have been playing well so far. They shut down that rolling maul quickly, and that's the threat that we've been facing since last week. They just crushed us on those rolling maul last week. But Faf de Klerk here with the ball. Rolls it right-hand side here. Rolls it right-hand side, and South Africa with the ball at the 22 right now. De Klerk gives it off, and it's going to be the big bopper forwards. Oh, Vermeulen, what a run. Right-hand side, Faf de Klerk to Pollard, and Pollard slapped down here just outside the... That could be turnover here. No, that was really good work there from South Africa. Oh, it's going to be Wallabies ball. Michael Hooper. Hooper's away. He goes the ball back here. Chance. Oh, 4 pass. Hooper, bro. No, bro. Damn it, it's a 4 pass. Yeah, you could see that happen immediately. I think we saw a try there if that doesn't get called forward, but it was definitely forward. Even if he had broken away there for a try, they would have come back and called that. They would have called that. So I thought that in my head immediately. Yeah, it's definitely forward. Damn it. Like, you could obviously see Mbonambi there, who was ready to slap that ball away if it did not happen. If he did pass that backwards, that's why it had to be forward, and that's why he was in that situation. Justin Sutherland says 12-3, not a bad start, mate. Well, not a bad start. Not a bad start. This is amazing right now. This is an amazing start for Australia. Jack says the shit being spoken. What's this? Zachariah Anderson says if you guys win this, the championship is over for South Africa. If we win this, I believe we would go above South Africa, if I'm not mistaken. Am I mistaken in saying that? No. I don't know, actually. I'm not too sure. Blake Gray says the Springboks will struggle against New Zealand next week. I think that it's still going to be a very good game. I think that they're not playing well against the Wallabies right now, but I do still give the Springboks a really good chance against the New Zealanders because New Zealand play a completely different style in the sense of fast-paced but also structure, while South Africa play Northern Hemisphere slow-paced structure. But I am starting to lean towards New Zealand now. I definitely am starting to lean away from South Africa because they are looking fantastic here. It's like it's all well and good that you beat the British and Irish Lions, which is Northern Hemisphere. You know, it's all well and good that you beat Argentina, who, you know, without disrespecting them, are Argentina. But, like, now you come up against two teams, and although Wallabies have their own problems, look at how they're playing right now. You know what I'm saying? So it is kind of, it's getting a bit worrying signs here for South Africa. Even if they win this game, New Zealand are looking at this right now and thinking, shit, we can win this. They're thinking, shit, you know? They're thinking, shit, baby. Shit. So, South Africa with the scrum here, just outside the 22. Gordon Green says Australia plus 9.5, $1,000. I'm learning. I won 1,000 last week, but against Newcastle, I got lucky for a penalty for a try. Good stuff, mate. Potential penalty. Oh, it's gonna be a penalty here, South Africa. Oh, damn it. That's gonna be a knock on there. That's gonna be a knock on there for South Africa, but the penalty, I think they're taking the 3 here. It'll bring it to 12-6. I think they'll take the 3 here. So that'll be a penalty there for, unfortunately, the front row going Bochka. Justin Sutherland says, what was that a pen? So basically the front row angled that and screwed it. It's just the way, they're going to go for a penalty. Yeah, 12-6. It's just the way that you go in because it makes it dangerous, neck area, driving into the ground basically. Macapaka says, I think South Africa, much like England at the World Cup, could step up against us. Absolutely. Maybe they are giving false sense of security then ambush us. This is the thing, and I said, you guys should know what I'm saying, because on the Rugby Down Under podcast that we do every single Wednesday, I spoke with the Kiwi lads all about this, and I said, I don't care about winning the Rugby Championship. I don't. I care about winning the World Cup. I want to see the improvement for 2 years away. If we win the Championship, congratulations, cool. But I think that, for me, I don't really care if we win it or not. You know what I'm saying? So, I think South Africa still want to win it, and they would have to win this game, otherwise it's done. But I definitely do still give South Africa a very good chance to beat New Zealand next week, regardless of this result. And he's going to get the kick. Good kick. It actually wasn't a great kick, but it did end up going through. So it will be 12-6 here to the Wallabies. 6-point game here. Xavier Brown says, quick question, Blaze. If you get 2 yellow cards, you get a red. Good question. I think so, yes. Yes, you do. I believe so. Haven't seen that in a long time. But South Africa will get the ball here, 22 out from their own line. I've got to try and remember the different rules between league and union sometimes, because obviously I stream both, and it's going to be interesting when I do the Panthers-Eels game later, but I think so, yes, in union. Because in league, 2 sin bins isn't. But it's going to be a box kick, a shallow. Oh, good take by South Africa there. And Corsi. Oh my goodness me, that was a good take. So left-hand side here, Hondo Pollard spreads it out left-hand side here. And Willie LaRue. LaRue gets it out. Knock on. Apparently not knock on. Chance here for a turnover, though. Hello, he's still got the ball there. Penalty. I was going to say, that's a bit of a late call for a penalty there. He clearly had the ball. We were already over the top of them, and he was holding the ball still. Macapaka says, yes, the card question. BK, you're right. Yeah. I think we nearly saw it last week, actually, with Australia. I can't remember who got yellow carded, but it was very close last week where we could have gotten a second yellow. I can't remember which player it was, though. Justin Sutherland says, that's what I said about last night's game. No, in league, you don't get two sin bins. It's not a red card. It's not a send-off. I think 3 might be. So we're going to take the 3 here. Quade Cooper's going to take the 3. I like it. Take it outside of that one try game again. So it should be 15-6 here. And the Wallabies are scoring some points. Ooh, Tommy Banks is down here. Tommy Banks had a good game. Tommy Banks is having a good game here. I love to see it. A Crazy New Zealand says South Africa looking sloppy on attack. Yeah, they are. They really are. So Tom Banks here has gone off and Reece Hodge will come on. So, look, I don't necessarily mind this. I just don't want him kicking the ball. I don't want him kicking the ball off the tee. But I don't necessarily mind him actually coming on and playing. But I think Tom Banks has had a good game so far, and I don't think he was terrible last week. Justin Sutherland says, oh no, I was replying Jack's comment about the NRL tonight being close. Oh, tonight will be close. Tonight will be very close. I've got a $10 bet on Wallabies to win this. I think they were paying $3.50 and Penrith to win, and they were paying like $1.50. But I think it was paying 5 to 1 or something like that with the extra odds. So hopefully the Wallabies can hold this one out here. But unfortunately, Tommy Banks has come out here injured. He's done his wrist in here. It might be... Ooh. That actually would have probably been a yellow card if he was still on, by the way. What does that mean? Just a quick question here. Okay, so Cooper's going to slot the 3 through. It's 15-6. Question. And Macapaka, you might be able to answer this, or someone might be able to answer this. There was a high tackle here that we've just seen, but that was with Tom Banks. Banks injured himself from that high tackle, but obviously it's a high tackle. Normally we would see this come back for a yellow card or a penalty or whatnot, but obviously he's gone off the field. You obviously can't do it now. They've moved on. I guess that answers my question. Because he's gone off the field before the penalty has been called or before a potential yellow card has been called, does that mean that it doesn't happen? Does that mean that nothing can happen from then? I'm not too sure about the ruling on that one. So Wallabies here with the ball at 22, because it was clearly a high tackle. So, South Africa got the ball here. How South Africa get that ball there? Oh, no. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's a crunch of a hit. That's a good hit there from the Wallabies. Very good hit. Penalty. Knock on, baby. Andrew Kellaway, you sexy man. You sexy man, Andrew Kellaway. Macapaka says, BK, he should be still yellow card and the sub would have to go off for 10 minutes. That's what I was thinking that, but in the same sense, like, they didn't... It's a tackle in air. Oh, shut up. Oh, that's so... Yeah, he's clearly jumped higher so that he could get that penalty too. Oh, damn it, man. It's off the pass, though. Is that the right decision? Damn it, man. It's going to be penalty here, South Africa. Trucking down on it says, it could be mind-boggling how good Australian rugby could be if the decision-makers spread their wings outside private schools. Mate, preaching to the choir there, but South Africa are going to take a 3 here. South Africa are going to take the 3. Australia are very willing right now to do this kind of game. Justin Sutherland says, yes, off a pass. What was that? You could obviously tell that he was going up and lifting his legs up there for that very reason, but I just think that's ridiculous. Like, if the ruling is tackle in air, fine, whatever. You know, it is what it is, but that's a stupid rule because it's literally off a pass. Like, if it's off a kick, I get it, but like off a pass, I would argue the same thing as Australia. Like, I just don't really see anything wrong with that. I just don't personally see anything wrong with that, but it is what it is. So Honda Pilar will get the 3 here. It'll be 15-9, but I don't understand why South Africa are taking the 3 here. I think they should be kicking to the sideline and trying to go for the try. Because Australia are happy to go into this game right now. We are leading by literally 9 points. We will be happy for you to go for 3 here, and then we'll take a 3 as well when we get it. And he will kick the kick, so it'll be 15-9. But, like, okay, we're going to put you back into your own side of the field now, and we're probably going to get a penalty at some point, and we're going to take it back, and we're going to make it 18-9. So we're happy to go into this kind of game right now. Justin Sutherland says, so when you're running, you can just jump before you get tackled and you tackle in mid-air. Technically, you're probably right there, to be honest with you. Technically, you're probably right. But the Wallabies kick off here, and South Africa will get the ball here inside the 22, and, oh, jeez, that was a strong run there by Vermeulen, and Swinton obviously got slapped in the tackle there. But Faf de Klerk here, you can tell he's going for a box kick. You can tell he's going for a box kick here, Faf de Klerk, and he will go for a box kick. Over the top here, Reece Hodge will go up, and is that a knock on? That's a knock on there from South Africa. That's a knock on 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 from South Africa. No. South Africa knock on there. There was like 3 knock ons here from South Africa. There was like 3 knock ons from South Africa. How was this a line out here for? What are you shitting me? It's a blatant knock on here again. Is anyone here... Are you drunk, referee? There was about 3 knock-ons from South Africa. So we've got an injury here. Can we go have a look at this, please? Because that is a horrific call here. A potential high tackle. There could be a yellow card here, or there could even be a red card here. I don't even know how this one happened here. I don't even know what happened here. So it's going to be a TMO here. They're checking for a dangerous tackle. Okay, so... No. That's shoulder to shoulder. It's shoulder to shoulder. That's shoulder to shoulder. That's nothing wrong with that. That's a head clash. That's a head clash. There's no way you send him for a yellow here. That's shoulder on shoulder, and that's head on head. That's shoulder on shoulder and head on head. That's fine, that tackle. Shoulder on shoulder and head on head. That tackle is fine. There's no way you could... What do you mean whether he's using that right side arm? His arm is around him there. He does get his arm up to wrap. It's head on head, mate. There's no argument here. There is no way this is a yellow card. There's no way. It's a head on head, shoulder on shoulder. There's nothing wrong with this tackle here. There is nothing wrong with this tackle. There is no way this is a dangerous tackle. And the arm comes around anyway. No way. Head on head, thank you. Yeah, thank you, TMO. Referee, shut your damn well mouth, referee. Like, this is nothing wrong with this. What are you talking about? Referee, what are you talking about, man? Listen to the TMO who you're asking for his opinion, and then you disagree with his opinion? Like, everyone can see that's a head on head. There is nothing wrong with this tackle here. Why are we still looking at this? No, it's not. It does not hit his head. That hits his shoulder. That hits his shoulder. There is no way. What are you talking about, referee? I can't... What are you talking about? His arm comes around him. A red card? I'm absolutely in shock that this is a red card. It's shoulder on shoulder and a head clash. The shoulder hits... Oh, thank God common sense has been here. It shouldn't even be a yellow, but thank God he's given it as a yellow and not a red. But that is a horrific call here. That is horrific call. That is a horrific call. They've given it as a yellow. The TMO has been the one to bring that down there. Don't even talk to me about that referee, because the referee wanted to give a red. Common sense has prevailed, but if you gave that as a red, it would have been bullshit. Horrific call. Absolutely horrific call there. I can't believe that shit. So South Africa will get the penalty here. Look, whatever. Oh my goodness me. Shoulder to shoulder. Like, that is just... that is terrible. That is terrible refereeing here. And yet again, it happens in a Wallabies game. We saw it with the Connor Betty one a couple of weeks ago against France. Jack Marshall's fair tackle, that one. Just dumb, man. Like, it's just dumb, man. So Kitshoff will go off here for Nyakane for South Africa, and now Australia. At least they're only down for 10 minutes here and not for, 20 minutes with the red card. By the way, red card is 20 minutes, and then another play comes on. Not the whole game anymore. Gee whiz. This referee just wank on, man. So Faf de Klerk. Oh, man. I just can't believe it. Like, while he's playing so well, and then we get a call like that. Like, get off it, mate. Justin Sutherland said, would that even be a pen in the NRL? No way, bro. It wouldn't even be a penalty in the NRL. Would not even be a penalty in rugby league, because it'd be head-to-head contact. Head-to-head contact. It's just a random head clash, man. And the shoulder-to-shoulder was fine. Faf de Klerk here with the ball. Like, at least the Wallabies are already leading by the time this happens here. But South Africa will have the ball here. They're going to go right-hand side here. And Dialende will get taken down here inside the attacking half for South Africa. They go left-hand side here. Faf de Klerk gives it off. And it's going to be spread to Pollard. Pollard here. Willie LaRue here. Out to Mapimpi. And Mapimpi, this is the first time we touched the ball in this half. That's not even a yellow, that tackle. That's not even a yellow, man. JC says, I hate ref like that. Man, the referee wanted to give a red card there. And the... Oh, that's not a good kick from de Klerk. That's not a good kick from de Klerk. Oh, it's actually a really good kick from de Klerk. That's actually a really good kick from de Klerk there. It ended up being very good. Jackson's had the ref think that was a red card. He wanted it to be a red card. He wanted that to be a red card. Blake Gray says, who got the yellow card? I think it was Swinton. Am I wrong? Can someone in the chat let me know? I think it was Swinton. Nick Freeman said, such rubbish. I know, it's just stupid, Nick. It's just stupid. It's the same thing with the Connor Betty one. The same thing with the goddamn Connor Betty one. Jeez, Connor Betty's one was probably even worse than that, to be honest with you. Connor Betty's one was at least a little bit shoulder to the head, I guess. But that's just disgusting. So Wallabies here with the line out here. 5 out here from our own line. Jeez, that was a good key from Faf de Klerk there. The Wallabies here have to try win this line, please. Yes, okay. Kick it away. Oh, someone caught it with a good run there. Just out 10 metres out here. So now we're going to throw this ball back here. Nick White's going to kick it. And good kick under pressure. It's fine. It gets out over the 22, but it's fine. Riley talks everything to Scotch. The refs are soft. Mate, the referee had to be convinced by the TMO not to give a red card there. It shouldn't have even been a yellow. There's nothing wrong with the tackle. There's nothing wrong with the goddamn tackle. Jeez. Apaloo says, she's, we are playing soccer here or rugby. Soft call by the ref. The referee sucks, man. You know, I want to hear South Africans in the chat, to be honest with you. I want to hear what their thoughts are about that, because there's no way you believe that should have been a yellow card. There's no way you believe that should have been a yellow card, or probably even a penalty. Ayanda says, I hate this ref. He's not great. He's not great. Oh, good work here by the Wallabies. They've done really well this week on countering that rolling maul from the South Africans from last week. Good work here from Australia. Good. Oh, look at that. His knees down. That's very good defense there from the Wallabies in regards to that rolling maul. Now, we're still down a man, though, for the next 6.5 minutes. Can we still hold them out right now? Gives this ball off here to Umbanumbi. Umbanumbi here at the 22. Penalty advantage here to South Africa for offside, apparently. Didn't see the offside, but apparently it's an offside. So that's going to be penalty here. Hold the ball, take the ball away. I don't mind it. Yeah, I don't mind it. Take the 3. If you want to take the 3, take it. Take it. Sea Dog says, I want what the ref is on. Oh man, it's just it's literally insane. It's literally insane. Nick Freeman says the front, side, and back camera all showed shoulder to shoulder and cheeks kissed. It's so dumb, Nick Freeman. Take the 3, waste of time. I don't care, South Africa. By the way, this is nothing on South Africa. I want to repeat this for everyone in the chat. Please don't think that anyone who's getting angry right now is South Africa. South Africa are just utilising what they're being given by a moron referee, right? It doesn't make sense. And I can tell you right now, the TMO didn't even want to give him a yellow there, but because the referee had called it as a red card, and then I think he had to try and convince him down from that red card to a yellow card. The TMO was right there. He said shoulder to shoulder and head to head, and then the TMO basically got alluded to by the referee that it was... so stupid. So Pollard will get the 3 here, and it's going to be 15-12. Adam Ismail says up the Aussies. Get around the Aussies. Good stuff, mate. Justin Sutherland says, would that even be a red in soccer is the real question. Shoulder to shoulder. Mate, that wouldn't even be a red in a red card giving contest. That wouldn't even be a red in a red card giving contest. If the contest was just, if you make a tackle above the... It's like, just so moron. It's just stupid, bro. It's just stupid. So, Wallabies here. Like, to even consider red was mad. Oh, gee whiz. So, Faf de Klerk here with the ball. By the way, guys, hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already and subscribe if you're new around here. And don't forget to go and check out my Rugby Down Under podcast with myself and an All Blacks fan, the Kiwi lads. And that's going to be a Wallabies line out here. Let's go. What? How's that bevel? Shit. Alright, so it's going to be a line here for South Africa. Nick Freeman says, Jesus, ref is killing the game. We haven't seen the Bokkers every time they play actually moves. The ref kills it with a pen. It's hard to watch. It is hard going to watch. Oh. Did that come off the Aussie there? Ima says, where can I watch the game live? On Stan. Nick Freeman says, how does the touchy even screw us? Didn't that come off the South Africans? Anyway, okay. You know, I can see how this game's going here. They obviously want next week to be a big game between South Africa and New Zealand. So Australia here, defending at the 40. No first warning for the stop. Mbanabi here at the back. Gets the ball to de Klerk, and de Klerk box kick up the top here. Good kick under really tough. Oh, geez. That's going to be Wallabies get the ball here. Reece Hodge. Okay. Oh, it's going to apparently be a penalty here. Oh, it's going to be a penalty here or a knock on here. What? Knock on from Australia? Where was the knock on from Australia? I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. There's no way that this is blatantly getting... Where's the knock on there? Okay, Quade Cooper. That ball goes... It's good kicking from Faf de Klerk here, but I'm confused how there's a knock on there. Can we look at that again, or like this is a very controversial ending to this first half right now. This is a very controversial ending to this first half in regards to South Africa getting penalty after penalty after penalty after penalty after penalty and call after call after call after call after call. This is like, I hadn't had a problem with the referee for the first 30 minutes, and now he's just well, actually, I had a couple early days in regards to giving constant, like, this is a controversial ending this first half here. I hope that someone comes in. I hope that the referee's boss has a chat to him at halftime, because, like, to call that as a red card and then go down to a yellow card was ludicrous. To call that as a knock-on against the Wallabies is ludicrous. Anyway, so I don't want to sit here and blame the referee, because we're still leading 15-12 here. I'm very happy that we're still leading 15-12 here, but it could change very quickly right now. This can change very quickly. We're going up against the number 1 team in the world. Like, this could change very quickly. But I'm definitely feeling like it's us against the world right now. It's definitely feeling like it's us against the world. So 39 minutes gone here. 1 minute to go here of the first half. South Africa have the ball. Faf de Klerk will roll is falling through the scrum right now. Come on, Wallabies defense. Come on, Wallabies defense. 3 minutes to go here of the yellow card. And it's going to be, I don't mind this. Soak up the time. There's 50 seconds to go here. Wallabies still have 3 minutes left in the bin. So we kind of want that to just soak on down. We need this to just soak on down right now with 2 minutes 55 to go here. By the way, I think Mapimpi's touched the ball once in this entire series. I didn't even see him last week at all. Jack Marshall says I'm a neutral. That was a fair tackle. I know. Riley talks everything. Says the ref was smoking something. Whatever it was, I want it. Yeah, World Rugby will come out and say, oh, there was a bit of head contact. Like, stupid. So 20 seconds left here of the first half. 2.5 minutes to go here of the first of the yellow card for Australia. I wouldn't be surprised if South Africa go for the... It's both gone to the floor, so that's going to be fine here. South Africa, both to the floor. Okay, at least we didn't get given away a penalty there, but South Africa are going to play for the penalty right now, or potentially they're going to go left-hand side here. Gives it off to Mapimpi. Mapimpi back on the inside here, and... No, apparently no penalty. No penalty. Good counter-ruck there. Good counter-ruck there. Turn it over. Surely, penalty. Has to be a penalty. It's a turnover. Kick the ball out. What a turnover. Kick the ball out, Australia. Nick White, beautiful. Half time, 15-12. 15-12. Whoo. Mark Vunipola, I will be streaming Panthers and Parramatta. That is on in about an hour and a half's time. Alrighty. That's on at 7:50, but I'll be starting up at 7:20 for that. But half-time, 15-12 here. That was absolutely a penalty, by the way, to Australia, but apparently not. Apparently we don't call penalties for Australia nowadays. Apparently we just give yellow cards when there shouldn't have even been a penalty. Apparently we call head-to-head contact as a red card nowadays, as the referee has said. Apparently we call knockbacks against Australia as a blatant knock-on. Apparently we give every call in front to South Africa to get back into the game. It's now 15-12. Like, South Africa, this is nothing on you. You're just getting what you're getting given, right? You're getting what you're getting given. But this referee in this last 10 minutes has been disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. For anyone to call that as a yellow card offence is just absolutely ludicrous, and he wanted to give a red card. He wanted to send him off for the game. Now, obviously, you get to replace that player in 20 minutes nowadays, but that was in the playoff for the game. This ref has been deplorable in this last 10 minutes here, but Australia still lead 15-12, so nothing really to complain about in regards to the score. We've been very good. Lena Ikitau, how good's he been? Quade Cooper, still been pretty good. Hooper, still been very good. There's been a ginormous Taniela Tupou. Every time he touches the ball, fantastic. Fainga, I thought he's been pretty good as well. This whole Wallabies team is doing well right now. South Africa, for some reason, they just can't seem to really let those wingers go. They can't translate back to that Southern Hemisphere rugby as easily as they really want to. And that's the hard thing here for South Africa. That's the hard thing here for South Africa to be, pushing back and putting themselves back into a position where they are the world champions again. Because right now, if they lose this game, their Rugby Championship is done. And secondly, they will go below New Zealand if New Zealand beat Argentina later on tonight. But guys, hit that thumbs up button and obviously subscribe if you're new around here. Mark from Paul says, what are you streaming after this? You literally just asked me, am I streaming Panthers and Eels? And I said Panthers and Eels. Nick Freeman said, I want to see us actually play against the world, number one. So far, it's just a ref fest. We look good with ball in hand, and our defense is good. They haven't had a look in for a try. Yeah, South Africa haven't even been close to a try. They haven't even been, well, they were actually very close at the beginning, but then they, off the line out, 5 metres out there. So I'm just going to restructure myself here. Off the line out, they were 5 metres out, but obviously, yeah, they gave away a penalty and Australia got the ball away. That was the only chance they had. Look, Wallabies look good. The Wallabies look good here. Defensively solid. Attacking wise, they look free flowing and creative, and I like it. South Africa's defense has been pretty solid for the most part. I haven't seen a great deal of attacking plays from either team overall, but the Wallabies obviously scored twice through Leonard Ekitau, and when they did score, the tries were fantastic. They were fantastic. JC says, pretty sure. Nick Freeman says, I hate a bag in the ref, but it's just not being called 50-50. Be consistent at the least. Absolutely. I absolutely agree with you there, man. I absolutely agree with you. It's like, it's fine, right? If you think, not you as in like in general, if you think that something is a penalty or a knock-on and it's wrong, but you've called it that, at least do the same thing for the other team as well. Right, it's all about being consistency. I understand referees are going to make mistakes. That was an inexcusable mistake in regards to that yellow card. Inexcusable mistake by the referee there, and the TMO should have stood his line a lot harder and a lot more of a stronger stance than he did, because he backed down to that referee. The TMO was arguing for that not to be a yellow card. It was arguing for it not to be a card. And the referee said, I want to give a red. So that forced the TMO then to try and change it to make it a yellow card, because otherwise this referee will get sacked, and he deservedly should if he made a call like that. Like, that's just woeful. It is woeful. Jack says they've just taken 4 cheeky penalty goals. Yeah, they have. Yeah, I know. They haven't scored a try yet. It's been really good defense. Jackson, Jimmy Bill says, who cares what you think? See it. So, yeah, don't understand it. It's like, it says ill rugby. Okay, we'll see you in the next stream then, mate. Ayanda Bengus is the Boxer coming back second half. Well, Ayanda, I did see that last week. Now, you said I hate this ref, Ayanda, so you're obviously South African. What do you think of that call? Do you think it was a penalty, let alone a yellow card, let alone a red card, in regards to the apparently high tackle, at least in regards to the high tackle? Did you think that was a card? Just a quick question. JC says, you streaming the All Blacks? I won't be tonight because I have to do the Panthers versus Eels knockout semi-final of the NRL. But obviously, we do rugby literally every game that I possibly can. But when the NRL is on, it is the finals right now and knockouts. So no, I'll be doing the Panthers versus Eels game right after this. But I will, obviously, guys, while you're here, while we're waiting for the second half to get underway, see that pin comment in the chat? It's called the Rugby Down Under podcast on Spotify. Go and give us a follow. We've also got a channel on YouTube, which is where the clips go. But Rugby Down Under podcast, you can find us on Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, and also Reason. Wherever you get your podcasts, it will be there. Obviously, every single Wednesday, 5 p.m. AEST, 9 a.m. South African time, and 7 p.m. Fiji/New Zealand time, we literally spoke for 2 hours on the last podcast about everything international rugby and Super Rugby and the latest news and just everything leading up to the World Cup, and it's a really good chat. So also, if you do have some questions, because we do obviously take listener questions at the end of the stream when it gets uploaded, do comment in the comment section below a question, and I'll put you into the podcast on Wednesday. Nick Freeman says, how good is the Aussie scrum starting to look? No longer a weak point in our game. Absolutely. The rolling maul defense has been really good in today's game too. Like I've been saying, like last week, obviously we got crunched, absolutely crunched in regards to that rolling maul, and South Africa just slaughtered us. Today, our rolling maul defense has been fantastic. Our rolling maul defense has been phenomenal, and we've really been able to prevent South Africa from getting a nice little move and groove going, and from making their way downtown. Walking fast, doing whatever the rest of the song says. Xavier Brown says Tupou has been fantastic. Tupou has been fantastic. Quade Cooper's been pretty good as well. Michael Hooper's been solid as ever. Unfortunately, Connor Betty hasn't been able to get into the game as much, but then again, he got the nice little assist outside to Leonard Ekitau for the second. I thought that Ekitau's been our man in the match so far. Obviously, 2 tries and has looked very good defensively and also just attacking-wise in general. Kellaway has been good defensively, and to be fair, I don't really agree with the ruling of tackle on air when the player is getting past the ball, but in the same sense, it is technically. But I'm still looking at Lockie Swinton, yellow card, and it's just stupid. It's just stupid. Oh, you should get this shit off my screen. It's just stupid. Jack Marshall says TMO should get sacked. He's watching the slow motion replay. Yeah, but the referee was also watching it, and he was calling red card. He's a moron. Xavier Brown says, hey man, when's the next Fiji game? Fiji game is a couple weeks away. I think they play Japan next in early October, maybe mid-October. I think Australia play Japan at Oita Stadium. Stadium. But Fiji, Tonga, Australia, New Zealand, Argentina, and South Africa, all the Southern Hemisphere teams, are going up to the Northern Hemisphere at the end of the year. We're playing the likes of Wales and England, and I think we're playing Scotland as well. I think we're playing. I don't think Australia plays France again. We already played them. I'm not too sure who France play actually. Do France play at the end of the year test in the Autumn Nations? It's not like an Autumn Nations Cup, but it is called the Autumn Nations, I think. Gordon Green says, Australia going to win straight up? I'm about to bet it. I believe so. It's tough, man. It is tough. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a close game, but I think Australia's been the better team so far. Australia has been the better team so far, and they've been raucously out-favoured in regards to the referee in the last 10 minutes, but I definitely would lean with Australia over South Africa. Because South Africa are probably still the favourites here, which they probably shouldn't be. Especially considering we won last week, and right now we're winning the first half again, and last week we were winning the first half as well. Only anyone else, Argentina, I don't really like them. Why? Why don't you like Argentina? They're very passionate about their country. They're usually very good. Obviously, they are going to start detracting, start kind of losing a little bit of their pace that they've had for so long. But in the same sense, man, Argentina are a very passionate and quality country in rugby, but I do believe they'll drop down to about 10-11. I do, on the World Rugby Rankings. Jimmy Bill says, I think Wallabies will win, but I wouldn't bet on it. I wouldn't bet on it, no. I wouldn't bet on it personally, no. But in the same sense, if I was going to, I would bet on Australia right now. Blake Gray says South Africa will come back second half, hopefully. Hopefully not, Blake Gray. Hopefully not. But gee whiz, next week is going to be a huge week as we do the New Zealand versus Argentina game. New Zealand versus South Africa game. Big time, gee whiz. Creamy said, I missed the most of the first half. Glad we were up at half time. Well, you missed out on a raucously refereed end of that first half. Very controversial. Sea-Dog says, what's Australia on the ranking? We are 5th now. We were 7th with our big win over South Africa last week because they were technically the home team. Our points rankings put us above. Argentina dropped down to 7th and France dropped down to 6th and we went up to 5th. If we win this game, I believe we could actually go above Ireland. And if New Zealand win later on today, they'd go above South Africa into number 1. But you should know this, Sea-Dog. You should know this if you listen to the Rugby Down Under podcast every single Wednesday. You should know this. It's my job to read out the rankings on the podcast too. Gee whiz. Ben K, is it still possible for the Wallabies to win the championship? New Zealand would have to lose today. New Zealand would have to lose today to the Argentinians, and then they would have to lose both games to South Africa next week, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But I still think it'd be tough because of the bonus points and whatnot. Nick Freeman says the calls may be going for the Saffers, but do you think they would be happy with that? They haven't played with the ball at all yet because the ref keeps pulling the game up. South Africans will take what they're going to get right now, but South Africans, this is the thing with South Africans. I love them, right? But they tell you it's all about just kind of whatever gets the win. Is this getting the win right now, this style of rugby? Did it get you the win last week? So why are you playing the same style of rugby as you played last week? No adjustments have been made. There's been no adjustments been made to last week. It didn't get you the win last week, so what is the point this week? You know, South Africans don't like it when I say to them on the podcast and on my streams, they are playing a Northern Hemisphere style of rugby. Northern Hemisphere rugby has won 1 World Cup out of 9. 1. New Zealand have won 3. South Africa won 3. Australia have won 2. England have won 1. You don't play Northern Hemisphere rugby to win World Cups. You don't play Northern Hemisphere rugby to win games. It's just not how it works. It's not how rugby works. It's simply not how rugby works, right? So that's why I'm like, South Africa, you won the World Cup in 2019 playing your normal Southern Hemisphere style. You won the World Cup in 2007 playing your normal World Cup, your Southern Hemisphere style. You know, it's all about playing the fast, creative, expansive game. And South Africa have some fantastic outside backs, and they have an unbelievable forward line to set up that foundation. But they're playing too much negatively. They're playing negative rugby, and it's a fact at this point. It is a fact. It is a fact. There is no question mark about it, right? We got pumped 3 times by New Zealand in a row. 3 times by New Zealand in a row. And they lost last week, and they're losing right now 15-12. They haven't adjusted their game at all. They have not adjusted their game. This is the problem. This is the problem with South Africa. But they don't like to listen. Macapaka says, with the Oz yellow, hypothetically, if the South Africa player shouldered the Aussie guy in the head, he would be okay because he's the ball carrier, even though he could use the same damage to the head. I know. Who am I? Says, let's go Aussie. I knew they had this potential. I even told my mates without the mistake, Aussie could beat the All Blacks. I'm a Kiwi, by the way. Without mistakes, no, we can't really beat Kiwis. Not because the Kiwis well, Kiwis have a lot of mistakes in them, but the only reason we can't beat them is because we just have that aura hanging over our head. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a bogey team kind of deal right now. Still waiting for the second half to go underway, you guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new around here. Only anyone else says no, I don't agree. I don't really care if you don't agree because you're wrong if you don't agree with what I just said. You're literally wrong. There's no argument here. South Africa are playing a Northern Hemisphere style of rugby. They have been playing it all season long. There is no argument here. I'm not asking you a question because your opinion's wrong if that's what you're saying, because South Africans agree with it too. They agree they're playing a lot negative and a lot more slower and a lot more grindy and focusing on their scrums and their rolling mauls, which is fine. Right, so there's no argument here. So you can't not agree with what I'm saying because everyone knows it. Anyone who knows the game of rugby union knows how South Africa is playing right now. So it's all well and good to say no, I don't agree, but back up with what you're saying. Back up with what you're saying because what you're saying is not true. There is no opinion here. There is no opinion. They are playing negative, slower, grindy style rugby. Fact. So, give me something to prove me wrong, or don't give me a shit comment like that. Goldfish Fishman says, where is Rassie? Real relative, I think South Africa will switch it up and blow us out of the water. I think you're South African. Nick Freeman says, I want more EPL content. I get up for every Liverpool match and it would be great to mute the TV and have you watch along. I will be doing Man City versus Southampton tonight. And tomorrow night we'll be doing the Premier League at 11 PM as well. Maximus says, I agree with you. At NRL? No, you don't. NRL, by the way, Maximus, your trolls, they don't get me. Well, the NRL says, no, I'm talking to someone else and I do agree. Okay, well, I apologise, but in the same sense, if anyone does disagree with what I'm saying, then you're wrong. Ryan Simpson, I think South Africa will come back in the second half. I heard that last week. Because what South Africa tend to do is in the first half, they always do penalties. In the second half, they will start on scoring tries. Okay, how'd that work from last week, Ryan? How'd that work from last week? Because I got a lot of comments like that last week telling me to get back in my hole that Australia weren't going to do well in the second half and that we're not usually an 80-minute team, which is true against New Zealand. And I always heard that South Africa were going to come back in the second half. How did that work last week? That is an opinion. You're allowed your opinion on that one. It's just the opinion in regards to not playing a Northern Hemisphere style of rugby is incorrect. Lambuzz says Australia could also turn up a gear. Absolutely, Lambuzz. Absolutely. We've got plenty of opportunity here. Long way to go, man. Long way to go. Faraz Alarms can't wait for the 2020 T20 World Cup in a month's time. I'll be streaming it. It's going to be good. Ryan Simpson, I think South Africa will come. I've already read that comment. Nick Freeman says, I'll watch Liverpool FC, but listen to you tonight. Yeah, well, obviously I'll do. I've got all the other games on, but, I will also be watching all the games, I guess, but focusing on City versus Southampton because I'm a City supporter. But Mahmoud Hamza, thank you very much for the $8 donation. You absolute legend, son. Thank you very much. You king. Obviously, all donations go straight into the channel to provide you guys better content. And if you aren't a member yet, it's only $5. It obviously supports the content. And your name goes green, like Maximus and NRL Tips and more and whatnot. So, obviously, join up if you haven't already. But here we go, guys. Second half is about to get underway. Hooper walking out. South Africa walking out. Let's see if the Aussies can hold this lead or if South Africa can come back and make next week a lot more interesting between South Africa and New Zealand. Thumbs up, subscribe. Let's go. Sea Dogs. South Africa is playing like the Tigers. South Africa is playing like the Lions. British and Irish Lions. And it's not going to work. Nick Freya, Ryan Singh, I already read that. Lambuzz, the Australia need the ball in hand. They've had a lot of the ball in hand, to be honest with you, but the penalties are ruining this game. Max says, I ain't trolling. I know you, Maximus. I see you on most streams. I know you troll. South Africa always show slow starters when they tour. All Blacks going to struggle with them when the beast wakes up. I think the All Blacks were always going to struggle with them regardless, but I don't necessarily think South Africa wins at this current moment. But then again, it wouldn't surprise me if the Wallabies win this game and then South Africa go and win the next week's game. But that is the 100th test match between South Africa and New Zealand next week, so there's a lot being played for there. Nick Freeman says, I won't even hold you being a City supporter against you. That's cool, man. Who's current champions? Who am I? Says, mate, do you think George Greer will make a comeback? Yeah, mate, George Greer will make a comeback, and Johnny Eales will be back soon too. But the second half is underway here, and the Wallabies will get the ball here. Minute 45 left here of the yellow card. And they whack this ball away here. Not a great kick here, to be honest with you. Not a great kick there. Not a great kick there. Damn it. Leonard Kittow will kick that ball. It's only going to make it to 22. So South Africa will have the ball here. A minute and a half to go here of the yellow card. And it's going to be 22 out. There's a really big chance here for South Africa to score. Thank you very much to Jack for the $5 donation. Says Hungry Jack's Whopper plus sport equals love. Hello, mate. Love your work. Thank you very much for donating to the channel. Appreciate it. But up it goes here. South Africa will have the ball here at the 22. And they're going to close a penalty for pushing too early. Faf de Klerk here. Ooh, that's going to be forward pass there. Knock on something. No, it's penalty advantage anyway. They're going to take the 3 here. They'll take the 3. It should be 15-15. No, he's going to take a quick tap. He's going to take a quick tap. Oh, he's been crunched. He's been crunched. Did he knock that ball on? No, it's fine. South Africa probably going to score here. Yikes. So left-hand side, I'm surprised they didn't give it as a penalty, that's going to be potentially an intercept here. What are they doing? South Africa, relax. Gee whiz, that was dangerous there. Oh, this could be a turnover here. No, that's going to be fine here. So South Africa with the ball inside the 22 right now. Right-hand side, knock on. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What? He's called that as back? He's called that back? He's called that back? He's called that backwards? He's called that backwards? He's called that backwards, that ball? Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me, referee? Are you shitting me? You are a disgusting referee. They're going to call that as a try. You're full of shit. Bullshit, 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 you dog. The referee is a dog. The referee is a dog. This is bullshit. This game is horseshit. That referee, absolute bullshit. He gives a yellow card for nothing. He gives a knock-on forward pass just then. Go literally back about... this is bullshit. This is a horseshit game right now. This is a horseshit game right now. South Africa are going to score a try. You go literally back 5... Oh, just disgusting, man. I'll give credit where credit's due. I'm not giving credit to that try. I will not give credit to that try. There was a blatant knock-on. Literally. Shut your goddamn mouth with your laughing bullshit, because that's just absolute horseshit, man. The referee has given a yellow card for nothing in this game. He gave penalty after penalty after penalty after penalty after penalty after penalty in the end of that first half to South Africa. He gives away a call just then. He gives away a call that was not a clear forward pass, knock on, whatever you want to call it, by about literally 3 meters. There is no goddamn way anyone can defend this referee's actions right now. This referee needs to be sorted out. This is absolute bullshit right now. Absolute bullshit. Miss the kick. Get out my face. Get out my goddamn face. Thank you very much to Maximus for the $5 donation. Says, how's it going? Not bloody great, mate, right now, because this referee is dog shit. This referee is dog shit. I don't usually like to blame referees, and I'm not blaming the referee because there's still 40 minutes to go here, but this referee is absolutely dog shit, and I don't want him refereeing another game with Australia in this bloody tournament, because he is absolutely full of shit. That is an absolute goddamn blatant knock-on there from South Africa. Blatant knock-on from South Africa that he's not going to call again. Watch him give another penalty any moment now. Watch him give another penalty any moment now. Bingo. Bingo, 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 bingo. What did I call? What did I call? What did I call here? So South Africa are going to get a penalty here. Jason says he's going for South Africa, that's why. Last 5 penalties conceded, 31, 33, 37, 41, 44. Funny that, all Wallabies. So apparently South Africa, when they were obviously not great, they were getting penalised to shit in the first 20 minutes. Apparently they haven't made a single penalty after that. Just horseshit, man. Maximus says, yeah, bad call, agree. JC says, watch South Africa go to win now if the ref keeps us up. Well, South Africa don't need the referee to win. That's why it's so frustrating. South Africa are good enough to win this game without the referee. 11 penalties conceded to Australia, 5 South Africa. So right-hand side here, and funnily enough, all 5 of those were in the first 20 minutes, and since then, apparently, South Africa don't know how to make a penalty. Metro says, Blaze, settle, mate, settle. Shut your goddamn mouth, settle. Moderator, time someone else tells me to settle down. Time out. So left-hand side here with South Africa. Like, you come to this channel to hear my opinion. You don't come here to put me to pussyfoot around and say, oh, no, like, I think it's fine, man. I think it's fine. Like, this is being fine, refereed. Like, shut your goddamn mouth. If you want me to settle, go to another channel, man. If you can't handle this kind of channel, then be my guest and bloody go somewhere else, right? Like, be my guest and go somewhere else. If you want someone to tell you their truthful opinion and give you actually what's happening in this game, then be my guest, subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, and get involved in the chat. But shut your goddamn mouth in regards to settle, because I'm going to flip out, because I love this sport, I love the Wallabies, and I love watching the game. And that's why you guys come to my channel, to see what I'm actually talking about. Like, what do you want me to do? You want me to sit here and give you an opinion where I'm literally lying to you and lying to myself? Like, what's the point of commentating? What's the point of commentating? What is the point of commentating if you don't get to hear my opinion? My God. Apex says, this ref, oh my God, it's too infuriating, bro. Like, of course, man. Sea-Dog says score wrong. It's 17-15 right now. What does it say on here? Yeah, it's 17-15. He missed a kick. Yeah, I don't know. That's not me. I don't update that. It updates itself. Kia Kori says, come on, Australia. Good day, Kia. Like I said, guys, like, this is why you come here, because I'm going to give you a passionate response because I'm passionate about this sport. I'm passionate about giving you guys content where you actually see what I am like during a game. I'm not going to sit here and not tell you how I'm feeling. And if you don't like that, then fair enough, my guy. You don't need to be here. But if you do like that, then be my guest and subscribe. And I appreciate every single one of you. Jack says, on another note, I'm always happy to donate and help out the channel. Love the streams and videos. Appreciate you, Jack. Thank you very much. Jim Jane said, I looked at the replay. It was clearly a knock on. It was obvious. It was obvious. Like, it's literally the most obvious call on the planet. And yet they got a... I know, Justin. I know. I know. Johnny Blaze says, let's go, Wallabies. So it's going to be Wallabies obviously kicking this from inside the 22 after Reece Hodge took the catch. That was a good catch. Skiv says, how many more minutes? Oh, it's still 35 minutes, bro. Still 35 minutes. The last 15 minutes has been just ridiculous. It's just been ridiculous. But, Reece Hodge with a beautiful kick. Reece Hodge with a brilliant kick. Maximus says, oh no, Blaze, Reece Hodge is in early, bro. I don't mind Reece Hodge the player. Okay. That's a knock on from Reece Hodge. I don't mind Reece Hodge as a player, dude. I just don't want him kicking the goddamn ball. Oh, Cotton Betty passed that ball back to Hodge here, and Hodge is going to whack that one away. Good kick from Hodge. Good kick from Hodge. Good kick, and very good kick. Oh, it's going to be at half. That's a brilliant kick from Reece Hodge. I don't mind Reece Hodge as a player. I don't like him kicking the ball from the tee. I don't mind him on the field. So it's going to be live starts in Safa here, not the best refereeing so far. Absolutely live starts. Like I'm saying, guys, I want every South African in the chat to know I'm not having a go at your country or your team or anything like that because you are literally just benefiting from an idiot referee, right? You're just benefiting from it. There's nothing wrong with South Africa here. South Africa are playing okay, but they've been really given a helping hand back in this game. And South Africa don't need a helping hand to win games. They are number one for a reason. You know, they don't need this helping hand, but they're getting gifted helping hands. And that's why it's so frustrating for the Wallabies because we've been the better team in this game. We've been the better team in this game. Right? Up until the 30th minute, we were crushing it. And then at the 30th minute, the referee said, screw you guys, I'm going to give a penalty, yellow card, penalty. Shit, man. So Vincent Koch will come on here for Malherbe, but it's nothing to do with South Africa. It's to do with the referee being Anyway, so it's going to be South Africa ball here at the halfway point. Yes, Kikora will be doing penalties in power game. So South Africa here, pushing down. He's gone up here, Tony L2, they've gone down themselves there. There's no way it's advantage. There's no way it's penalty. He's already called it. Okay, didn't want to pass it straight away. Apparently not. So South Africa here with the ball at the 40. And Faf de Klerk left-hand side here, and they're going to run this ball up the guts right now. South Africa here at the ball at the 40 right now. Oh, good tackle there by Australia. Faf de Klerk, left-hand side here, gives it off to Pollard. Pollard fakes the kick and gives it underneath there to Lakam Yoam. Faf de Klerk now is going to go right-hand side. Blake Gray says, I support the Springboks, but the ref is making bad calls. That's wrong. I know, absolutely, man. Absolutely. You know, see, this is the thing with rugby. There's a lot more respect in rugby with other teams supporters. Like, they know. Oh, that's going to be a knock on there from the Springboks, but apparently they'll be called as a knock on from the Wallabies, probably. Coup back on the inside here. And Swinton back on the field, by the way. Just outside the 22 right now. Cotton Betty with the ball. He'll get taken down here just outside the 22. Rolls the ball back here. And it's going to be Nick White now with the ball. He's going to roll this ball back here to probably Hodge, who's going to bang this ball away. And it will be Reece Hodge who whacks it. He's got a strong boot behind him. And I love it. I love it from Reece Hodge. Reece Hodge, don't kick from the conversions or penalties. But Reece Hodge, my God, I love his kicking coming back from that number 15 at the back. So South Africa here down the left-hand side here. And the Wallabies, good work here. Kellaway is going to have the ball. And he's going to whack this one down. He kicks it down into good. Don't go on the floor, please. Good kick. Very good kick. And they're going to take they're going to take it here. Willie LaRue is going to hold this one and he's going to kick it away. Moe Slayer says, I do not know rugby union, but decided to join. The only player I know is Quade Cooper. Mate, it's a good sport, man. It's a good sport, man. You'll love it if you start getting into it. So, kicks in play, 11 for the Wallabies, 16 for South Africa, 412 metres for the Wallabies, and 405 for South Africa. But a lot of those metres have come from the back of Reece Hodge's kicks. And South Africa kick this one down to around the halfway line here. So, Wallabies will get a liner here on the attack and a half. Justin Sunderland says, same here, Moe Slayer, Blake Gray. Jeez, I'm all over the shop right now. I'm just trying to figure out, like, I just want to know. I just want to know what's going on here. Wallabies need some ball here. I don't want them to kick this ball away. I want them to use this ball here. Because when they've been on the attack, they've been good. Pete Summer will come on here for Swinton, and here we go. Left-hand side, they're going to give it to Korevi. Korevi here himself. Korevi, oh my goodness me, nearly breaks away there. Good run there from Samuel Korevi. Left-hand side here. No, he cuts it back to Quade Cooper. Cooper here. Cooper steps on the inside. Unfortunately, gets taken down. Nothing doing there. He was shaping to go out right, but unfortunately, that was good defense there from the box. Right-hand side here. Nice little kick through, and South Africa are going to get... Mapimpi slapped. Mapimpi just got absolutely belted there from Fainga'a. That should be Australia liner here. Fainga'a. Oh my goodness me. What a play there from Fainga'a. And what is Mapimpi doing there? Sorry, Khaleesi, but not Khaleesi. Gee whiz, I'm all over the shop. Left-hand side here, Hooper to Valentini, and Valentini here, 10 metres out here. Watch the referee give a penalty. He's giving a penalty to us. Okay, I'll take it. So Wallabies here, 10 metres out. I don't know what the penalty was for. I don't know what it was for, though. So left-hand side, so at least we're going to get 3 points no matter what. Quade Cooper sets back on the inside here, and he gets the ball away here. Left-hand side. Oh, no one's there. Bet penalty. 3 points. Three. Thank you very much, Quade. Slap it through. 18-17. 10 green offside line out. Oh, but there's a high tackle here, maybe. Cooper's copped. Something's happened here with Quade Cooper on the nose. Okay, maybe we might check something here, referee. Hadeda newspaper says, your passion is great love from Kalahari. Good on you. Hadeda, appreciate you, Hadeda newspaper. Obviously, I try to keep it down. I try to maintain myself, but, I'm very passionate about my teams. I'm very passionate about the sport. I will commentate games that have enough, like New Zealand versus South Africa next week, I'll commentate. And, but I love this sport and I love my team. And, unfortunately, what's going to happen here? Well, can we go back and have a look? Because apparently there's a high tackle here. I want people to know how I'm feeling, because otherwise, what's the point of subscribing to the channel, you know what I'm saying? But here we go. So he goes over the top here, and... Oh, what's going on here? Nah, but something else has happened. He hasn't just slapped him. He's not just got... I'm not too sure really what happened there, because I don't think that was a really big hit. Keefton says, greetings from America, 3:30 AM here, and straight bumming the test here. Test isn't on the telly. Amazing match so far. Quade Cooper's story has been incredible. I hope that continues. Good to watch. Good to see that you're watching all the way in America, Keefton. Hope you are enjoying the stream, but Australia will get the penalty here. Are you American, or are you from Australia or New Zealand or South Africa and living in the US? But here we go. So kick and goal, and Australia will take the lead here at 18-17. But I know all about being up early to watch games, mate. I do watch the baseball and the NFL, especially the NFL. We will be streaming 3 AM on Monday. Wowee. Maccapackers is poking the eye. I think so. I'm not too sure. To be honest with you. Jack Marshall says, rugby union is like chess, whereas rugby league is like checkers. I would agree, actually. That's actually a really good comparison. I would actually completely agree with that. Sea Dogs is, where's the TMO call? It was... I think it was accidental, but in the same sense, I'm surprised I didn't look at it. Kevin says, Ken-san from America. Not many of us here in Kansas. Oh, from Kansas. Hope Cooper's okay. Good on you, man. Kansas City Chiefs. Moe Slyer says, I was born in USA, but live in New South Wales. Good on you, man. Kansas City Chiefs or the Kansas City Royals. And Quade Cooper slaps it on through. It's 18-17. 18-17, baby. 30 minutes to go here. Woohoo, let's go. Hit that thumbs up button, guys. Bingo. And subscribe if you're new around here. And if you love your rugby union and you love listening to rugby all the time, hit that podcast link over there. Go and click that. Follow the podcast. Obviously, subscribe here first, but follow the podcast on Spotify, Apple, Reason, Google, you name it. Go give it a follow. We speak every single Wednesday, 5 PM AEST. A new episode comes out. But it's going to be a nice little catch here by the Wallabies inside the 22. And Matt Phillip here with the ball. Phillip here rolls his ball back here. And Nick White here looking... This could be a turnover here. No, where's the ball? I don't even know where the ball is. Okay, so Nick White's going to get this ball back to probably Hodge. And Hodge is going to whack this one away. No, Nick White with a box kick over the top here. And good kick because it's in the corner. Really nice kick there. But South Africa will get it either way with Willie LaRue. So, that's no shoulder there to the head? No, apparently not. So South Africa here, left-hand side here. Gee whiz, we've just heard someone going off their rocker on the commentary. Not the commentary, sorry, from the field. Oh, not a good kick from Pollard. Not a good kick from Pollard there, but Hodge will... Oh, Hodge, bros. He's knocked the ball on multiple times now already, and they go left-hand side here. Khaleesi with the ball at 22. Reece Hodge, man, he's dropped the ball a couple times in this game. Knock on... Oh, offside. There's no way Yes, thank you. I was going to say there was absolutely no way you did not give you'd still had advantage there for South Africa. So it will be a scrum advantage here. We scrum here for the Wallabies because it was an accidental offside. So that's not a penalty. It is a scrum penalty. But Reece Hodge, he doesn't know how to catch the ball. So I love his kicking game. I don't love his catching game right now. There we go. Crazy New Zealand says, Hodge strikes again. Keaton says, hometown KC Chiefs. Good on ya. Cheers for the Royals and Chiefs shout out. How's Andre Pollard kicking today? Hasn't had a problem so far. Hasn't been able to get really amongst the actual playing, though, on the field. The actual moving around the field well enough. But he's kicking. He's got all his kicks. But no, I'm a massive Cubbies fan, man. I was in Chicago a couple of years back. So I know my baseball and my football. And unfortunately, they don't have a basketball team, though. Or a hockey team, but they love their Chiefs and they love their Royals. Not the Royals have given a great deal to be happy about recently. But then again, as a Cubs fan, I know the same. But 53 minutes gone here, 27 minutes to go. And the Wallabies will get a penalty. Let's go. Penalty there for the Wallabies. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I like what I see. So that's going to be... Oh, Nick White has just... We're not going to kick it over the sideline there, Nick White? No, apparently not. Okay, so now South Africa are going to kick this one down to Hodge. But I like this with Hodge. Now Hodge, he's caught the ball. Now it's safe. And now he's going to kick that one up and chase one through. It's a good little run through here from Reece Hodge. Oh, he's That's a crunch. That's a crunch from Reece Hodge. That's a crunch. And Faf de Klerk goes left-hand side here. South Africa here at the 40. They're going to roll this one back here. Faf de Klerk with a box kick. My God, Reece Hodge, you can see him running through and he's absolutely crunched him. So 26 minutes to go here over the top, and interesting kick there. It's going to be Wally's liner here. Maximus says, come on, Blaze, give the refs some praise. You got a few calls go your way now. There's been nothing wrong with the calls, though. Like, there's been nothing wrong with the calls. You only make a mention of the referee when he gets a wrong call. Like, as you can see in the chat, no one has been complaining about the referee making a wrong call, so why would you call and say, oh, okay, well, now he's been... Because that just makes it look biased, then. You know, he hasn't made a wrong call. If he makes a wrong call against Australia, I'll call it out. If he makes a wrong call against the South Africans, I'll call it out. Oh, that was horrific from the Wallabies, the line out. Oh, bro. What do you mean Samu wasn't ready for it? What's the point of being there then, Pete Samu? What do you mean you weren't ready for it, butter? Nice Noah says, I reckon James O'Connor will play fullback when he comes back. I agree. I think he should be on 15. I think it should be the 15. I think it should be the 15, and Quade Cooper should be the 10 right now. But Quade Cooper's not been unbelievable this game like he was last game. But in the same sense, he's tried, but he hasn't been unbelievable. He obviously has missed a kick too, mind you. Has missed a kick too, which should have been it was a really pretty easy kick too. It should be 20 to 17 right now. It should be a 3-point game. So Feleti Kaitu'u will come on here for Fainga'a, and that's a good substitution because Fainga'a's been good, but Kaitu'u was really good last week. Angus Bell will come on here for James Slipper as well, by the way. Jimmy Bill says, yeah, good call, ref. You didn't make a mistake. Don't work like that. I know. Thanks for doing your job. It's like going into an office and saying, mate, good work. Actually, to be fair, you could do that, but same sense, if someone's doing it, like... Unless they make a tough call right, then there's no point calling that out. But the referee's been fine for the last 10 minutes, so that's the most amount of gratitude that I'll give for now anyway. But, oh, knock on. Hello. I was going to say, referee, you better call that shit. You better call that. It's going to be a penalty to Australia. Take the 3. Take the 3. I thought he wasn't going to call it as a knock on, and I was going to lose my mind. I was going to lose my mind if he did not call that. Like, he didn't even call... I don't think he called the de Klerk knock on, by the way. I don't think he calls the de Klerk knock on. I think he calls the other knock on there. I think that he calls... They're not going to take 3. They're going to go for the try here. Ooh. I don't think he called the de Klerk knock on. I think he called the second knock on there, lads. So Wallabies here ends up the 22 right now. 23 minutes and 30 seconds to go here of the game. And the Wallabies will have the line out about 17 metres out here, maybe 15 metres out here from the Springbok line. Over the top there, and we do win the line out. Good work, but that was really risky there from Valentini, though. So Wallabies here with the ball. They're about 15 metres out. Left-hand side to Samoa. Korevi here kicks the ball through. It's going to be left-hand side. Kellaway. Oh, crunch down there. 15 metres out. Nick White here. Right-hand side knock on. He's running into his own player. He's running into his own player and knocked the ball on there. Damn it. So knock on advantage here. And South Africa get out of trouble here. They're going to whack this ball left-hand side here. And that's not a great kick. I'll take it. It's not a good kick. So Australia's going to get this ball here about 30 metres out. South Africa are struggling, crazy New Zealand. You're absolutely right. Zachariah Anderson says, I hope he's matured from the past. I remember him spitting the dummy a few times, but of late players from New Zealand and Oz have been sorting priorities in the growing perspective. Are you talking about Cooper? If you're talking about Cooper, his attitude's changed completely, which is good. He's not a wanker Australian anymore. Left-hand side here for the Wallabies. I spoke about this at the beginning of the stream and also last week. So Wallabies here. Oh, not releasing. No, apparently not. So left-hand side here, and it's going to be Matt Phillip, and Phillip was going to be about 28 metres out here, left-hand side here, kicks it through, Quade Cooper, oh, damn it, that's unlucky. Kick wasn't great. Wasn't that, penalty, damn it, no, good work there from South Africa. So left-hand side here, and South Africa have the ball. Oh, a little bit of inexperience here from the Wallabies, penalty maybe, turnover, no, they get the ball away, really good ruck clearance there from South Africa. So Springbok here with the ball inside their own half right now. Tense game right now. The Wallabies are on top, but in the same sense, it's not anywhere near solidified just yet. Box kick from de Klerk. Would you expect anything differently? And who? Is that Korevi? Oh, so someone Korevi. Okay, so it's not knocked on there from the wall. Oh, Hooper nearly got that. Oh my God, Hooper nearly got the intercept there. Khaleesi goes right hand, left hand side here. Let's go, Wallabies. Good defense. And we get the ball back on the inside. Reece Hodge here. Left-hand side. He kicks us down into the corner. Good kick. Fight. 50-20. 50-20. Ah, damn it. So South Africa here with the ball. This game has got knock on. What a hit. Valetini with the ball here. What a game we've got right now. Valetini left-hand side here. Gets the ball back. And it's gonna be knock on against South Africa. So we get the ball. Come on, baby. Come on. 21 minutes to go. Aiden Kowetsis says South Africa's playing the back foot, too many mistakes. Absolutely. But this game is only... Jeez, that was a dangerous pass there from South Africa, though. Like, what are they doing? Like, that was obvious they're going to get tackled over the sideline there. It was obvious they're going to get tackled over the sideline. Man, I'm so pumped right now. What a game, but a lot of mistakes in this game, but still a good game nonetheless. Vector Purple says, my home country, South Africa will be. Good on you, Vector Purple. Good luck, man. What a couple of hits there from the Wallabies, though. Shows some pride in this Wallabies jersey, and people now are going to start listening to me when I said over the last couple of years Wallabies are improving. Yes, they don't know how to beat New Zealand, but they are looking the goods right now. Doing well right now, doing well. 20 minutes to go here. Let's hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. A long way to go, guys. Max says, good tackle Hodge. Hodge has been good without the knock-ons. If he could catch a ball as a fullback, Nick White will come off for Tate McDermott, by the way. So Tate McDermott will come on here. 20 minutes to go. McDermott comes on. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Blake Gray says, Australia playing well. They are playing all right. Mate. Very nerve-wracking time here. Crazy New Zealand says, my God, South Africa look terrible. They're not looking their best, mate. They're not. Jed Kerr says, let's go Penrith. We can't go down. Oh, we'll talk about that in the next stream, mate. We will start that up literally half an hour before that game starts at 7:20, so plenty of time to talk about that. C-Dog says, what does bonus point mean? Bonus point is what you get for the Rugby Championship. It's got nothing to do with the game. Ooh, this could be a penalty here to Australia. No, apparently not. So Tate McDermott here, right-hand side, gives it off. Oh, Korevi nearly knocked that ball on, but he does hold on to it. So they're at the 40 right now, not releasing. Apparently not. Okay, McDermott here, cuts back on the inside. Oh, he nearly got away there, McDermott, but a nice little thought process there. Michael Hooper with the ball, left-hand side. Wallabies have numbers. Back on. Korevi. Betty, baby! Gone Betty! That was a good try. Let's go, Wallabies. 23-17 with the kick to come. Standby says, let's go, Australia. Look at this. The Wallabies, South Africa's defence was woeful. Taniela Tupa with the ball, flicks out to Connor Betty, and as soon as Connor Betty got the ball, try time. Let's go, baby. Let's go. So Connor Betty with the ball here, scored the try. and now it should be 25-17, 8-point game outside of that 1 try margin. Crazy New Zealand says All Blacks will pump this team next week. It's still going to be a tough game next week, but geez, look at the Wallabies play right now. The Wallabies are playing some really good rugby union. Here. Jack Thomas says, holy shit, I love your reaction. That's what happens, man. That's why we're passionate, man. I'm always here through the ups and downs of this team, man. That's why when someone says to me, they're like, settle down. It's like, shut up. Like, shut your goddamn mouth, you know? I've been through the highs and the lows of this team, and this is a high right now, but the game's not over. There's still 17 and a half minutes to go here. But this is why you subscribe to the channel, guys, because I tell you how I feel. I show you how I feel. I'm passionate about this sport. I'm passionate about sport in general. And we're always pumping it out. So even when your sport isn't on, trust me, you want to watch the NBA will be hectic as well when it comes back out here on the channel. But Quake, once I can get my own little like studio area, not just me, I'll be loud. But I do have to try and keep it down. So 17 minutes gone here. 17 minutes to go here. Quake Cooper will... Let's go. 8-point game. Come on. Beautiful. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here, guys. But what a pass from Taniela Tupou. No look pass. He knew Connor Betty was there, and Connor Betty just gets away. Beautiful. Keaton says, thought that interview with Quay giving Sonny B. Williams the props for helping him recently was great. Nice to see the Wallabies playing so well. Never settle down. Never. Exactly right. Never will settle down, mate. Oh, good kick there from Mikatau. Good kick from Mikatau. I know it's not out, but it's a good kick nonetheless. Herschel Junchis will come on for Faf de Klerk, by the way. De Klerk not had a good game here today, unfortunately. Oh, no. No, South Africa. No, South Africa. No, that's not it. That isn't it, brother. That wasn't it, South Africa. So Wallabies had the ball here inside their 22. That wasn't a play. So it's going to be McDermott here with the ball. Gets it back to Valentini. Valentini taken down. Valentini's had a good game, in my opinion. Rolls this ball back here. I'm expecting McDermott to just box kick this. Put it up and put it deep. Max says, is there a stream delay? No, man. I just think it might be a little bit behind with YouTube trying to connect and whatnot. 7 seconds to 10 seconds or something like that. But over the top here from McDermott. Up top there. Box kick straight and Pollard slammed. Oh, Pollard slammed the tackle just then. So Bocker here with the ball at the 40. Right-hand side, they're going to go here. Taken down here. 40 metres out here from the Wallabies line. They go left-hand side. He gives it off, and it's going to be crunched down here is Mostert. They will go for the 3 if they get a penalty. I can tell you that right now. Come on. So over the top there, box kick from South Africa. Not a good kick. Not a good kick there. And it's going to be knocked on there from South Africa, and Wallabies will get the ball here. Kaitu'u will have the ball here. By the way, Kaitu'u was ready if Connor Betty was going to get tackled for that try descent as well. Kaitu'u, it was good there. So Wallabies left-hand side here. There's actually going to be space. Quade Cooper gets it out to Connor Betty. Connor Betty here with the ball. Oh my God, there's a left-hand side. They've got space here. Law. Len Ikitau. He hits the ball over the top of Connor Betty. Connor Betty runs through here. Oh, out in the full. Damn it, out the full. Wallabies are playing good footy. Lifestyle says down that Aussie prop is always bigger than the box props. The Box have gone with a much smaller sized pack in this game compared to the last game too, mind you. I swear they had a pack that was like 30 kilograms more than the Australians last game. That's why they crushed us in those scrums. And this game, it's like 5 kilograms difference in favour of the Box. Tumakamaj says, woo, come on Aussies. They found their groove. Great game, bro. This is more like it. This is absolutely more like it. So Australia here with the ball at the halfway line. What a performance right now by the Wallabies, though. And to think we've got a bullshit yellow card throughout this as well. So, do you have fans, guys, what channel? The channel Stan, or I think channel 9 as well. I think channel 9 or Stan. So, South Africa with the ball. Oh, our defense so far from those rolling mauls compared to last week has been superb. It has been absolutely superb. So, South Africa here with the ball inside the attacking half right now. Left-hand side, they're going to go here. They don't have numbers. They look tired. They don't look like they're ready to go here for the next 14 minutes of this game. Like, truly, they do look tired. They don't look like they're spread out as much as they... This Northern Hemisphere style rugby is not working for him. Knock on. Knock on, baby. And this is what happens with the pressure. Connor Betty with the ball. Connor Betty gets the ball out here to Hooper. Hooper here. We've got numbers. Back on the inside of Hooper. Hooper's away here. Hooper's away here. Kicks the ball down to the corner. He kicks the ball through. I don't know about that one from Hooper, to be honest with you. Willie LaRue was there ready for it. I don't know what he was doing. So down to the corner there. And, oh, no. No. Quade Cooper, that wasn't it, brother. But he's going to get that ball anyway. And now Cooper is going to just whack this one down deep. South Africa dead set, look tired. Absolutely, I'm sure in the Penrith game. So it's going to be my Pimpy here who gets the ball down here. They need to utilise him a lot more, man. That's going to be a turnover. South Africa look really tired. They look shocking right now. Australia might put a score on here if this is the way the game's going to go for the next 6. Go you big man. Samu. 15 metres out here. How about this performance from the Wallabies right now? McDermott, left-hand side here. Cotton Betty. Let's go, baby. Oh my God, we're going to beat South Africa 2 in a row. Australia are playing phenomenal. What a performance from Reece Hodge besides the drop balls. But look at this play right now. Pete Samoa gets away. Breaks through. Taken down. He gets the ball away. They go to Cotton Betty. And South Africa, there could be a score from the Wallabies right now because they look exhausted. South Africa looks exhausted. And Amelia, you're absolutely spot on. I'm loving every single goddamn MF in second here. This is amazing. This is why it's so like. This is why when you experience the bad times like Australia's had, like you just don't get how we feel right now. Like, and this is just a random game. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just another game. You know, like New Zealand's probably looking. They're just like, oh, you know, why are you celebrating this? It's like in this way. It's like, man, we've had a tough 20 years, man. It's just so much fun seeing a team actually have a crack. And Cooper, it's not going to be 14. It's still going to be within 14 points, though. So Cooper missing that kick does keep the game on. It does still technically keep the game on, but I think it's game over. But it does technically keep the game still on here. So, alrighty. Jackson, I've only watched 2 full rugby union games. Incredible first 2 games. Oh, man. Trust me. When you watch these games, man, you're going to know. You're going to know. But by the way, South Africa don't usually give up this many tries. They don't usually give up tries, man. In the last, before this Wallabies game, in the last, 20 games, they gave up, 2 tries. That included British Irish Lions, that included England, that included some of the World Cup as well. South Africa don't give up tries. We've scored 4 tries in this game. I think this is the most amount of tries that South Africa have conceded in literally, 3 or 4 years. Don't talk about Fetty Bum. Don't talk about Fetty Bum Maximus. That would be filthy. I don't think it's going to happen, though. Oh, good kick. Oh, it's going to be a penalty too. Offside. Ooh, 10 minutes ago here, guys. 10 minutes ago. Jack says, considering we scored 1 try last week, absolutely. Keepton says, happy for Michael Hooper to enjoy this success. He's all class, in my opinion. Michael Hooper is unbelievable. So, 10 minutes ago here, if they scored a try here, they have to convert it. And Pollard's obviously... Damn it, man. This offside penalty could So our defense right now is going to have to hold up right now. Zachariah Anderson says they will go nowhere. We play better in the second half, and South Africa aren't fit enough for what's coming. Well, right now, South Africa has a 13-point lead here for the Wallabies, and the Wallabies will get a bonus point from this as well if they can hold this out right now to prevent South Africa from being within 7. Come on. So 8, 9, 10 minutes ago here, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe when you're out here. Good lineup there from South Africa, but our defense so far, our defense from this rolling maul has been fantastic. We're still pushing them back. We're pushing them back here. We're pushing them back right now. They have to get rid of it. It's going over the sideline here. They're going over the sideline. Get out my face, man. We've crunched them in regards to the rolling maul today. Our defense from the maul has been disgustingly good. How good's this defense been? This Wallabies defense has been fantastic. And that is just filthy how good that rolling maul defense was just then. This whole game, I can't tell you a bad player. Even Reece Hodge, who dropped the ball a couple of times, has been unbelievable. I can't tell you a bad player. Trevor, he's upset. Oh, Trevor. Oh, big boy, don't cry. Oh, Trevor, Mr. George. Trevor George, hey, moderators, show that comment. Justin, show that comment so everyone can see Trevor. Oh, damn it. You should have showed it. We're going to lose the line out there, but Trevor George, I wanted people to see that comment. That was a funny one. Trevor George, don't cry, little boy. Right inside of South Africa. They're potentially going to score a try here. They're very close. Could be penalty here, though. Turnover. No, it's going to be advantage for back here. Apparently there was an offside. Apparently there's something else here, but there's 8.5 minutes that the Wallabies have to hold out for here. Jack says, what did he say? I missed it. You didn't get to see it because unfortunately Justin did time out for a good reason. But he was basically just telling me to shut up because I'm an arsehole, basically, but in a little bit more stronger wording. No, Justin, it's because he's South African. But like, I'm not laughing at South Africa here. They're just unfortunately not playing better than Australia, and I'm going to be happy for my team. There's nothing wrong with South Africa here. Well, they're not playing well though. They are not playing well. That's a bit of a naughty there, Trevor George. A bit of a naughty, mate. Don't cry. I've cried many, many times. But, like, your team is still number one, but actually they won't be after tonight. Keefton said, Taniela Tupou's down injured here. Keefton says, how surprised do you think the Boks are by the Wallabies' performance? It's long flight home, fellas. Well, they play they play New Zealand in next week, mate. So, it's not long flight home just yet. They have to play a team. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're called the All Blacks. They play them next week and the week after. Jack Marshall says, this result just about gives All Blacks championship win. No, I think, it's funny. And although this would be outrageous, this actually kind of gives Australia a hope if South Africa were able to man up and actually compete against the All Blacks and beat them twice, which I can't see happening right now. But also if Argentina would have to win tonight against New Zealand, which I can't see happening, but it does kind of leave the door more open for Australia than it does for South Africa. It does. Sting, so this South Africa team is old and past their prime. Not looking good, man. They're not looking the greatest. Everyone thought they were still good after Argentina, but Argentina aren't the same beast. Argentina are a aggressing team too. I'm just throwing that out there. Kali Kulipi says, unlucky Springbok, All Blacks next. Oh no. Oh, no. So 8 minutes to go here, guys. Go and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. How many likes are we on, actually? How many likes are we on here? We are currently on 77 likes. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes before the end of the stream. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes before the end of the stream here. 23 likes away. Bingo. Schmack it. Mark event started. We'll come on here for Sia Khaleesi. If Australia can hold them out here and not give up a try, they will get a bonus point too. So right-hand side here. And South Africa here at 5. Why is someone asking me if Sanchez is playing for Argentina? I think so. Surely it would be, unless there's something that I haven't heard about. So 5 metres out here. Mostert with the ball. Penalty Australia. Thank you very much. Get out my face. Get out my face. Ooh. Get out my face. Ooh. William Cash is one-eye commentary. Well, I am Australian, so that's usually what's going to happen when I'm Australian. Timmy Camacho's blaze it up, bro. You deserve this back-to-back win with your team. Absolutely. I'm happy. I'm happy and chappy right now. But William Cash, don't cry, big boy. It's okay. I'll be supporting South Africa next week against the All Blacks, to be honest with you. So, if you want one-eye commentary, it's not going to be one eye, but next week I definitely will be getting around the Springboks against the All Blacks. Max says South Africa have no excuses apart from they don't have Colby. Yeah, I know. But same sense, they're not really utilising... They wouldn't be really utilising Colby, to be honest with you. Your boy says, hello, mate. So, knock on there from the Wallabies, and South Africa will get the ball here at the 40 and taken down here. Oh, good run there. Very good run. So, left-hand side here from the Bokker. They've knocked the ball on a lot in this game. And now is about that point where a lot of the people in the chat are going to start utilising me as their way of being angry at their team. So, enjoy. You'll see the chat blow up from people in a sec. Knock on from South Africa. Knock on. Oh no. Oh, William Cash. Oh my God. Ramzan Dean says New Zealand point difference far better than both Oz and South Africa. Yes, but I'm pretty certain this is why I said New Zealand would have to lose to Argentina tonight and then to South Africa twice next week, which I don't see happening. But if New Zealand lost to Argentina and then lost to both games to South Africa, then obviously the Wallabies would have to win both their games against Argentina, and then they would win it. Boosie Bro says, let's go from an All Blacks fan. Let's go from an Aussie fan. Hello. Blake Gray says, your team has played well to deserve this win. And you are a good South African fan. Because I'm like you. If my team loses fair and square, I will say it. But we actually kind of got ripped off in this 30 to 45 minute mark from referee calls. And we've still been able to win this really convincingly. This is a convincing win here. This is a convincing win here from the Wallabies. I don't want to hear that this was a tight win. This was a convincing win. The Wallabies never really looked back. they've never really looked back. Apex, as I said, we had a chance to make a big statement today, and we are, bro. Hey, statement and a half, my guy. It shows that we struggle. We struggle with the All Blacks, but we can beat literally anybody else. And we've struggled with the All Blacks for 20 years. I don't even necessarily think it's because the All Blacks are perfect, because they're not. They're absolutely not. They've got a lot of mistakes in them, but we just can't seem to get over that hurdle. I think it's because we don't believe we can win going into those games because of our history with them. But we've got a fantastic... We still have not lost at Suncorp Stadium since 2016. We still haven't lost to South Africa in Australia for over 10 years. If we played this in South Africa, we'd lose this game, I would say. I would. Lawrence Brown says, Welsh fan here, loving this Aussie stuff in the box. Get around you over there in Wales. We play you later on in the year, Lawrence. Be interesting to see how you guys compete after, obviously, you get all your players back from the British and Irish Lions tour. But guys, if you do love your rugby and you're from Europe or Australia or New Zealand, South Africa, myself and the Kiwi lads, it's a penalty to hit South Africa. They won't take the 3. If you like your rugby and you want to hear every single Wednesday myself and an All Blacks fan talk all things rugby, jump over there in the pinned comment, the Rugby Down Under podcast on Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, Reason, wherever you get your podcasts, it's there. Go and chuck us a follow because you will enjoy it. You will enjoy it. But get around you guys over there in Wales. Maximus says, Wallabies coaches and fans deserve this. I honestly hope they can go back to their glory days. Well, can you imagine if we get the World Cup in 2027? Big time. But... we got to focus on this 2023 World Cup first in 2 years' time. Stinks is an amazing record. It is actually an amazing record. It is. But what's amazing is New Zealand's record against Australia. That's amazing. But we seem to be able to always beat the South Africans. It's really strange. We just have a really good record against South Africa whilst... that's a penalty to the Aussie boys. Oh, Wallabies. That's a penalty to the Aussie boys. Oh, Wallabies. That's a penalty to the Aussie boys. Timmy Kamach says this is a very convincing team and good on them. This is a convincing win, man. Don't forget, guys, in 25 minutes' time, I will be streaming for the Panthers and the Eels knockout final of the NRL as well. So thumbs up and subscribe. Jay Kerr says, wasn't Quay going to play for Broncos? I reckon he could be good in the NRL. He's 33 years old, man. He's not going to be swapping sports. But he was being touted for them. I think that was the Broncos' error. I think it was the Broncos' loss the way it's going. Crazy New Zealand says, Tupou was such a beast, 80-minute destructive prop. Mate, how good's Tupou been in this game? How good has everyone been in this game? There's not a single Australian that I could point at and say, you haven't had a good game. Literally every single one. Jimmy Bill says, your bet is alive, Blaze. Mate, I'm always alive, and my bet's always alive. I bought a nice little PlayStation today, so I can play some MLB The Show. I can play some rugby on the PlayStation. Might even create a BKR gaming channel, of all sporting games. Just pump that out. I bought a PlayStation today, so I'm looking forward to getting that one tomorrow. Jack says, we don't need Quay, we got Tessie New. Oh yeah, enjoy that 14th place. So 3.5 minutes. We're going to enjoy winning both games against the number 1 World Cup champions in South Africa with Quaid there, but you guys can enjoy your 14th place. Oh, Tate McDermott here, breaks away. No, good defense there from South Africa. They're going to take him in goal here. No, that was really good defense from South Africa though. Penalty. Yep. Crazy New Zealand says, Rip Springboks brought back to earth. Man, it's interesting to see. It's interesting. Yeah, yours is. But yours did fail, Justin. That was heartbreaking. But right-hand side here, I'm still annoyed. Old mate didn't. But 1 second here. South Africa with the ball 5 minutes out. Right-hand side, they're going to go here. Still technically on if they score a try here and convert it. Pimpy here with the ball. Hasn't been able to have a good game here. Wallabies have been very good defensively. Still advantage here. Oh, jeez. How good is that? It's going to be a penalty advantage, but like in the same sense. Like we're rolling through this game right now. Chris Kangiso says, I'm a Springboks fan, but nothing can stop the Wallabies. Chris from Tsizanin, Limpopo, Ram City Village. Well, I hope I pronounced that right, Chris, but appreciate you for tuning in, and I appreciate you for getting around it and not being obviously salty, because, I think South Africa are still top 2 now, because New Zealand probably do go into number 1, but South Africa is still a fantastic team, but they've got to play Southern Hemisphere rugby. Man, this Northern Hemisphere shit ain't going to work. They have to play their Southern Hemisphere rugby, which they've been playing for decades and decades and decades. There's none of this bullshit that I've been saying recently. They can't play negative rugby against the Wallabies and the All Blacks. They can't do it. They cannot do it. Right? I've got so much respect for the South Africans, but they can't be playing like they have played tonight and they have played last week. They didn't change anything. It's the same old shit from last week, and it didn't work again. And this time was more convincing by the Wallabies. So Williamson will come on here for Willie LaRue, and look at this rolling wall defense from the Wallabies again. Look at it again. They have to use it now. Look at this. We're going to get a penalty here. We're going to get a turnover. Wrap it up, baby. Wrap it up. Get out my face. Wrap it up, baby. You can't come into this shit giving us Northern Hemisphere rugby. This is why Northern Hemisphere don't win World Cups. Because you play this kind of rugby. South Africa are the best in the world when they play Southern Hemisphere. South Africa are the best in the world when they utilise their backs. They play fast-paced rugby. And I'm going to talk about this in the podcast again because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it because this is not good for South Africa. They are the best in the world when they play South African rugby. There is no excuses anymore. There's no excuses. I don't want to hear no excuses. You've been convincingly beaten by a team that just got wiped the floor with by All Blacks. Right, and now you have to play All Blacks. Do I think South Africa can win? Absolutely. But adjust the game plan. This ain't working. It's not happening. You can't play Northern Hemisphere rugby and expect to win. I'm sorry. Fact. Daniel Lynch has just got home. What did I miss? You miss a fantastic Wallabies performance, mate. There's going to be something here against direct Kai contact here from... Oh, yeah, red card. You're gone. And that is a dirty play. You're gone. You're gone for a red card there. You'll miss next week, mate. You're gone. 21 comes in. You're an idiot. Toe to the head. Red card. You're gone. Moron. Wow. And that is what I call salty. Blake Grace totally agree. South Africa need to play Southern Hemisphere rugby. They do because that's what they're best at. That's why they won the World Cup in 2019. That's why they won the World Cup in 2007. That's why they won the World Cup in 1995. I got confused every time. I think it's 95. Yeah, Your Boy Log says, can you go home? Not yet. They just said basically it's too busy right now, so they haven't been able to access my application just yet. Red card, get him off. Get my face. Get my face. Get my goddamn face. Sasha Kelson says, what a performance. There is no way we're still looking at this. Why are we still looking at this? This is a really obvious red card. Apex, did you get the PS5, mate? No. I don't need a PS5, man. I need to focus on getting home right now. My big priority right now is also getting a bit of a studio, but this guy's a grub. Lawrence Brown says, how can you overlook the French for the next World Cup? Baffles me. Last time I looked, they are Northern Hemisphere. That's fantastic, but they're also playing a lot more like a Southern Hemisphere team than they are a Northern Hemisphere team, if you do remember that. Secondly, France have never won before. Thirdly, if France win, fantastic, because I've got them as the favourites right now. And I've been saying this in the Rugby Down Under podcast. If you don't follow it, go follow it right now on Spotify, Apple, at Google Podcasts, whatnot. It's in the pinned comment in the chat. Go follow it. The Rugby Down Under podcast. I've got France as the favourites, but they are a Northern Hemisphere team. They are playing a lot more like a Southern Hemisphere team. They compare relatively strongly with Fiji, but they're very much more structurally damaging. So they're creative. They've got attacking flair. They move around ball. I love France, what they're doing right now. But they also need to continuously grow and keep going, and their young players need to keep improving. And you know, the Wallabies did beat them. And people are going to say B team, C team, what? Yellow card? You're shitting me. That's not a yellow card. That's a red card, bro. That's a red card, bro. That's a red card. Jasper Visa has deliberately come in there with his shoulder and just whacked him in the head. Direct contact to the face. Nick Friedman says straight in front of the ref, but he doesn't think that's a red. How is... Okay, I want to ask you a question. How does the ref think the other one is a red, but that one's a yellow? How does the ref think that one is a yellow, but yet the other one was a red? Are you shitting me? How is that one? How is that a yellow, but the other one wasn't? What are you doing? Like, how is that one a yellow, but the other one wasn't? What is wrong with this guy? Has he smoked a pipe before coming to referee this game? Like, that was direct contact to the head. What are you doing? Like, that's not straight, by the way. That's another bad call from the referee. It should be South Africa penalty there. There's no way that was a straight line out there. Oh, man, that's funny. Jimmy Bill says that was the Aussie player in the first half. What do you rate? That's what I'm saying. Like, how is that not a red? But yet the other one, the referee was trying to argue was a red. Liam Doran says, do you reckon they can't beat the All Blacks next week? I'm not going to say South Africa can't beat the All Blacks because they can adjust and play their normal Southern Hemisphere rugby and they have a really good chance of winning still. But if they play like this and they play like last week, no chance. I can't believe the referee. Like, it's just funny at this point. It is really just funny. By the way, guys, literally in 20 minutes' time, we'll be showing the Panthers versus Eels knockout game. Thumbs up, subscribe, smack it. Appreciate ya. Oh, that's a penalty. That's a penalty there for going side. No, apparently not. So Wallabies here with the ball. Crazy New Zealand says shoulder, shoulder, red, shoulder, head, yellow. Seems legit. But no, but the thing is, shoulder, head, it was shoulder, shoulder. Yeah, sorry, I read your comment wrong. I'm just all over the show. I can't believe how and now he's going to give a penalty to South Africa. Fair enough, whatever. I don't care. I don't care. Apex, did you all hear the ref? He kept asking the TMO to change the replay to the obstructed view. Shaking my head, this ref is trying to do something. This ref's a dog, mate. Ref's a dog, mate. All right, South Africa will get the ball here. This is to see if they can get the bonus point. They need to get this try. They need a try right now. They need this try. This isn't for nothing. They've lost the game. Wallabies have won the game. But this isn't for nothing. They want to get this try right now, South Africa, to... they want to get this try right now to get their bonus point, because otherwise Australia will get the bonus point. So this is a big play here. They need this. South Africa are still alive if they get the bonus point. If they don't get the bonus point, All Blacks have won. Thank you very much. Game over. Quade Cooper. Oh my God. Throw the ball away. Kick the ball out. Oh, that's going to be offside there. No, penalty. Thank you very much. Beautiful. We got the bonus point as well. We got that bonus point as well. Retouch kicks it out. Beautiful. Thank you very much. I like it. Oh, I like it. Unlucky. So, very good game. Australia, nearly perfect. A lot of rough calls against Australia. Still got away with the win there, 30-17. We played well. We just won both games. The first one was a little less convincing. This game was very convincing. I could not name a single player for Australia's team that wasn't good today. I could not name a single player for Australia's team that was not good. This was an unbelievable performance here. An unbelievable performance here. The Springboks looked tired. They did. They looked tired. They did look tired. I think there's a lot that can still go right for South Africa if they go back to their normal play style. I think that if they don't go back to their normal play style, they're going to get romped by New Zealand. They get romped. But I think next week will still be a close game. Obviously, go check out the Rugby Down Under podcast. Pin comment in the chat. You will hear us, myself, and a Kiwis fan, the Kiwi lads, talking all things rugby union on the podcast. So go follow us every Wednesday, 5 p.m. AEST, 5 p.m. New Zealand time. 7 p.m. New Zealand time and 9 a.m. South African time. That'll come out. Honestly, performance and a half. Hooper was great. Lenny Katau, unbelievable. I think Lenny Katau was the best player in the game. Lenny Katau was the best player in the game. Lawrence Brown says, well done on the Aussie. See you in November. It's going to be interesting. But we have to play Argentina next week. So next week, guys, Australia will play Argentina. And the week after again. Obviously, next week for South Africa, they play New Zealand. And then New Zealand again. After this game, guys, in literally about 50 minutes' time, the All Blacks are going to be taking on Argentina. If Argentina are to win that game, the Wallabies are still technically a chance, and so is South Africa are still technically a chance of winning the Rugby Championship. But if New Zealand win, I'm pretty certain that they've already won the Rugby Championship. It's gonna be feisty next week either way, but I believe South Africa will drop below into second place in the World Rugby rankings now, considering they lost, and New Zealand if they are to win. So it is absolutely huge. It's interesting to see what happens here. Let's go and hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new around here, follow the podcast, and I'll see you guys in about 15 minutes time for the Penrith Panthers and Parramatta Eels knockout elimination final in the NRL. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Let's go Aussie. I love it. Appreciate you. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.